I watched Encanto.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite movie of the year. Actually,
I never even heard of it. What is it?
It's a Disney movie.
Interesting. I'll have to check that out then.
Like every song in that movie is a bop, dude. It's
Did you just? What are you? 80 years old? What did you say?
I said every song in there is a bop.
It's a bop?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They slap. The songs slap. They're
man.
kicking, man.
Levy's getting old.
That's how the kids talk nowadays, man.
Levy's getting old right in front of our eyes, man.
No, that's how the young folks talk now, man.
Levy, tell me exactly at what point did you turn into a 75-year-old white man?
Are you not listening to what I'm saying, man? Those are things that the young folk are saying now.
Yeah, I don't know if they say it like that though.
Yeah, they do. The shit's whatever,
bops, man.
No, I said it's a bop.
It's a bop. Yeah, I never had anybody ever say that from age 0 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute.
Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me, ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them. And Jed Vargo. He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either. So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say transform and roll out. And enjoy the show. You guys ready to get the show on the road?
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 135 of the Blackout and Shout show. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Hanukkah, and Happy Hanukkah, and Eep Op Ork Ah to everyone.
Bing bang walla walla bing bang.
That means I love you.
Oh. Well,
so,
yeah.
Now that he's spoken up to my virtual up and down, Mr. Levy Curry. Let's give a hand for Mr. Levy Curry. Last Blackout and Shout show of the year of 2021. Levy Curry, how are you doing this evening?
Bah humbug.
It's our last recording of this year, but it's the first recording of the new year, or the first show of the new year. Yeah, because this will end up dropping on Monday.
There's Mike with all the timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah, this is multiversal.
If Jed remembers to post it on time.
One time.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
one time.
Jed,
and now
this is the part where you ask.
Recording fucked me up.
This is the part where you ask Levy what he does for the show.
Hey,
I post the questions every 2 weeks.
Hey, I'm the charisma
sometimes
of this program. All right, I'm the reason people tune in. Okay, they want to hear what I'm going to say next.
I don't know if they care as much about what you're saying, Levy, but they definitely. If I was a listener, I would listen to hear you laugh at shit. You're my favorite. You are my favorite laugh on the show. Oh
well, that means something, I guess.
And then to my other diagonal and reach around virtualized Mike Kincaid, everyone. Mike Kincaid.
I almost spit coffee all over my keyboard, dude.
You know, it was funny.
Virtual diagonal reach around.
When you introduced Levy, you said to my virtual up and down, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't get that.
Now you just got the virtual reach around.
I just get the virtual reach around. Yeah, it's great.
You got the virtual fish hook.
That was what the fish hook. The fish hook is what my dad referred to my lip ring as the first time he saw it.
The fish hook.
Yeah. Oh, now you got a fucking fish hook in your lip. I've been disappointing him in a while. I gotta step my game up.
Yeah, really.
How are you doing this evening, Michael Kincaid?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for the second 3-day weekend in a row, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on vacation all week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, good. This is where we need that. Was it the Christian Bale clip? Well, good for you. Good for you. But yeah, everything. Yeah, you know, I'm in coast mode, post holiday. I guess we could talk about the holidays a little bit. I mean,
yeah, I was. Nate was just saying how he got an airbrush and he has a compressor now and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I was like, that's cool, dude. I'm like, I could like order like one of those Jaguar shirts and have someone airbrush Ravage on the back for me.
Did you see? did you see that?
Yeah, because that's why I brought it up. It was like it was so funny and confusing all at the same time, and I was like, I can only think of what's going through your head.
Well, I was really like, I commented on it after I read through it like 4 or 5 times because I wanted to get everything in context. So I read every single comment on there, like that whole string of comments.
It was like a Rubik's Cube.
So just so everybody knows what we're talking about. So Patrick, the one dude from the Hardcore Collectors, he tagged me in this picture, and it was a girl wearing the Jaguar, my Ravage Jaguar design on a shirt. And it was a string of comments going on.
Is that a car shirt or is that a Transformers shirt?
Yeah. So there's this really weird string of comments going on. And I'm not going to get into bore you with every one of them, but
right.
Let's just say that at the end of this string of comments, I found myself really fucking confused because the way I was reading it is that there was some people on that thread that just thought it was a Jaguar, like the Jaguar shirt, like the original Jaguar shirt, but it was posted in a Transformers group, and I was just completely, thoroughly fucking confused.
And the cat on there is very clearly Ravage.
You know that was the name of Ravage in the Japanese Transformers. His name was Jaguar. Did you know that?
Yeah, the Japanese aren't very inventive when it comes to naming things.
I love some of the names they come up with.
What should we name a robot Jaguar?
Jaguar.
All right, write it down.
Let's take parts from old Soundwave along with some new parts and make a new Soundwave. And we
you can't fault that to the Japanese because the Japanese named him Sound Blaster, but the dub called him New Soundwave.
New Soundwave, yeah.
The best part about that whole like Facebook thread thing is like it was just all this weird, confusing conversation, right? And like. Yeah. It was like, oh man, like, you know, oh, is that Jaguar? It looks like Ravage. And like, no, Ravage is Jaguar. Yeah, but they called him Jaguar. Yeah, but he looks like Jaguar. He's like, I know, I'll just have Ravage airbrush in the back of the shirt. Mike's like, why would you do that when he's right there on the front? Yeah, the response was, I have a bunch of Transformers shirts that I got from, and I liked it. That's on the card, the delivery service or whatever, for like $5. So I'm like,
it had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing. Maybe like us having conversation, me just going, oh, did you know that chainsaws sell more in the spring than they do in the winter?
That guy,
it's great.
That guy, it was the equivalent of the dude. That guy was the equivalent of the dude that would like that if I played a show would come up to me and talk my ear off in between sets when I really just like want to go chill for a minute, and I call over another band member and get him involved in the conversation, and then I like slowly sidestep my way out of it and leave whoever. I shouldn't really give my secrets away because if you ever see me in public and I try to call you over when you know I'm getting my ear chewed off, you're not going to come over anymore. But yeah, that was very confusing.
I'll just meet up with you in the bathroom if I want to talk to you.
Oh man.
So in other news, the pork train has left the station, by the way. So the pork algorithm is no longer. Yeah, it's all over now. It's been over for sure for like the past month. So
I even had I had a pork title for tonight too, if we needed one, and it wouldn't have really had anything to do with anything, but I just liked the way it sounded. But I was gonna suggest that we call the episode "New Pork City."
New City. Pork City.
But I'm glad
woman.
it's over. Yeah, we were,
Pork City woman.
pork futures are down.
Yeah. I think it's actually hurting our numbers now, which is
Yeah. We should have kept it a trilogy. See, me and Levy were smart with the 10 boss. We just made it a trilogy. We should have just did 3 pork episodes and just called it a day.
Yep. No, we tried to milk the pork.
Yeah.
You try to manipulate the algorithm, you get burned, son.
Yeah.
It's either that or just people didn't want to tune in at Christmas time to an episode called Death Pork. So that could be that too.
Or maybe they just realized the show is absolute shit and they just don't want to tune in no more.
That's too.
I'm with Levy.
Yeah.
This is a shit show.
Yeah. So back to more nonsensical titles then instead, related to like robots and
we'll know them when we hear them.
I got a good one, a good story for you. So Lori was listening to this song, and it's like some garbage that is popular right now. It's like some type of country song that's like very poppy, and it's terrible. It's horrible. I hate it. I said to her, and we're sitting there eating dinner, and she was like, dancing around the kitchen, getting the food ready and stuff. I said, this song actually makes me violent.
From country music. You know what?
I said, I'm sitting here listening to this. I'm sitting here listening to this. I said, it's literally making me angry to the point of wanting to hurt someone physically. I'm like, can you please turn this off? And she's like, no, the kids like it. I said, I would rather listen to Nickelback than this fucking song. And I said to Jessica, I said, Jessica, do you know who Nickelback is? And she goes, no. I said, good.
See, it's been a while. It's been a while since we offended a demographic, and let me tell you, man, country music is the worst music on the planet. They
try to make it into a. This is the. How did she say it? No, this is the new country. This is the popular.
This is new country.
Yeah.
It's even worse. Like, at least old country, even though it sucked, was at least sincere, I guess. But like. That new country, like where they try, like it sounds like rock and roll, and then the guy starts singing and he sounds like that, and I'm just like, man, I was done before I even heard the voice, but now I'm super done.
We're going to take some parts from old country, and that's a new pot.
New pots.
New country.
But Jed, I'll tell you this much though. I'm not really into any of that Southern fried shit, but I'm going to tell you one Southern rock band that will blow your fucking junk off. Did you ever hear of Blackstone Cherry?
Yes.
You have? Okay. I don't know if you heard early Blackstone Cherry or later Blackstone Cherry, but like later Blackstone Cherry, they got a little commercialized, but like if you go back and listen to the first like 2 or 3 albums, man, they were killer, dude. They sounded like if you mixed Lynyrd Skynyrd and Black Sabbath, and then the singer sounded a little bit like Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I'm, I don't know that if you told me, explained it to me that way, I don't know if I'd be into it. But after you hear it, it's like, damn, this is actually. I could tell people I like Southern rock. Who do you like? Blackstone Cherry. Who else?
I like Southern rock. I mean, I don't listen to it all the time. But I can like listen to it and it doesn't make me, angry.
Yeah.
So
it's the overplayed shit.
It doesn't make you injurious.
Yeah.
It's the overplayed shit that's annoying. Like, it's like, dude, like the Skinner got some badass tunes, but not the same 6 that you hear on the radio all the time.
I swear, if I ever hear Sweet Home Alabama again, ever.
I don't know if you were going into an impression of my dad there or.
No, I'm serious. If I ever hear Sweet Home Alabama ever again, I may fucking kill someone.
We play like that, Levy.
Cujo and the Bell, right? It's Cujo and the Bell. Just have a little tape player next to you where he goes, and the Levy's like,
it's horrible. It make you know what does make me mad when they have like request hour. Like when sometimes I'm like, they have ZZO on the radio at the office or whatever, at the shop, I mean, and it'll be like an all request lunch hour and somebody will call in and request it. And it's like, how fucking much of a pea brain do you got in your head that like there's this whole planet full of songs or whatever? And I realize the radio station ain't going to play just anything, but like you're going to call up and request that. And then, somebody back to back will request like Stairway to Heaven. And I just want to smash whatever it is in front of me and go about the rest of my day when that happens.
There are more radio stations to just one of them, on the FM band.
Yeah. I just put the earbuds in and
I'll say why
step into the matrix.
Yeah. I'm surprised they just don't have like Spotify playing instead of radio.
Because, the owner of the shop is he's an old man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like a bunch of old people work there. They don't even know what the fuck a Spotify is.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Spotify. If I said Spotify to the old man, he sound like something like that. He'd have to change his underwear after.
He'd want to burn you at the stake for being a witch.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
So, Levy Curry.
Yeah.
What'd you get? And do you have any plugs or shout outs?
Surprisingly little, actually. I did get a surprise gift that I was not expecting from our good friend Jed Vargo. He actually gifted me a couple of games on Steam. So, thanks, Jed.
Who's that? Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I bet she hasn't played him yet, Mike.
No. Well, I haven't had time to play any games, actually. I've been really busy the last couple of days, so.
Yeah. Busy figuring out what kind of lighting to use for your displays.
Yep. So, what was I say? Oh, and then I also I bought that Marvel Legends Rogue Pyro 2-pack on clearance from Best Buy for like $20.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, is that online? Can you get that online?
I think they sold out. But yeah, I ordered it. I ordered it for in-store pickup.
Oh, it was like a Christmas thing, like a holiday special.
I think it was just more clearance than anything.
Oh, okay.
But so yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got. Well, we did get an iPad, so but that hasn't come yet.
Interesting.
Yeah,
going the Mac way.
I mean, April wanted an iPad, so we just went and got one.
For like books, or for like just roaching around the house with it.
Just for chilling on the internet and stuff like that, and playing Magic on it.
You know what? You don't really hear too much of an association between like porn and porn on the iPad.
No, because you can't hold an iPad in one hand. Well, it's a lot easier to hold your phone in one hand.
Right. Like like when you're scrolling through looking for.
Right, and when you're jerking off, and so if something's not broke, don't fix it. First of all, so I mean,
I just imagine he's sitting there with no pants on, and he's got the iPad, and he's got it propped up against like a flower pot or some shit, like to hold it upward, and he's scrolling like overhand, with just like the one finger.
With the opposite hand that he normally uses to scroll.
right.
Yeah. If I ever want to watch porn on the iPad, I'm gonna get myself, one of them pocket pussy attachments for it so I can fuck it.
Oh, they have those, don't they?
Yeah, they do. For VR sex.
Yeah, I feel like who the hell that must have came in through the chat at some point, because I remember seeing it.
I probably mentioned it at some point.
I was going with the whole, hey, you got an iPad. Oh, that you can like actually like draw with that. It's really good for like drawing and stuff, like digital art and stuff. And you're like, no, pocket pussy.
This is why the man never has any plugs or shout outs.
Yeah. I might use it for drawing. I don't know. Might be fun.
Mike, isn't that what you use for your drawing?
No, okay. I got the Wacom.
Oh, I thought you swapped out the Wacom for like an iPad.
Nah.
I haven't drawn anything in a very long time.
Too.
If I ever do that, I'm gonna get a bigger iPad because I have like the medium size one. I would definitely need like the big screen.
Right. Anything else, Levy?
No, that's it.
What did April get you anything?
The iPad.
Oh, the iPad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We kind of got each other that. So basically, we went halvesies on it.
Nice. She bought your half and you bought her half. Good. That's it's practical.
Yeah. So she did make me promise not to watch porn on it though.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. You had your fingers crossed behind your back. I know you did.
Again, I told her, it's like, I'm not going to watch porn on that thing. I can't hold it with one hand. So that's pretty much exactly what I told her. So she was like, oh, okay, thank God.
That's why VR is so good, because your hand's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have no idea what's going on in the outside world. I feel very uncomfortable.
Oh, I don't care what's going on in the outside world. I don't give a shit.
I know you don't. I already know that, but like,
my new VR headset has a flashlight mode, which is really cool. So you can like hold a button down on the controller and point it somewhere, and it'll show you like in the real world what's happening. So you can kind of make sure. Yeah, so you can kind of like point at the door and like, all right, yep, okay.
That's insane. What it's mine has a different kind of thing. It's when you tap it on the side. It's like you tap it in the Cyclops shoots his I-beam spot on the side of and it goes into like gray mode, and you can see everything around you. And then when you tap it again, then it goes back into virtual world.
Nice,
but still, still uncomfortable.
I don't know, the way I see it is, if someone walks in on me while I'm freaking in VR porn, then it's like one of two things can happen. They can either join in, or they could just run away screaming. I'm fine either way.
Levy, I don't know why this is, but I picture like it's not like you're one of them dudes that would be under the thing and you would just have like your dick out of your pants. I imagine Levy, like, maybe you see the Seinfeld where is it Costanza gets like completely like he takes his shirt off to take a shit.
Yeah.
Like I picture Levy every stitch of clothing gone, sitting in a chair right in the middle right in the middle of the basement, wearing nothing but the visor.
It would be like he's just going at it, and then you like hears a noise. You're like, is someone there? All right, well, whatever.
You want in on this?
No. Yeah, you want in on it? Yeah. Oh man.
You can have next.
We'll come back tomorrow to fix the cable.
No, go ahead. I'm here. Why waste the trip? Just go do what you got to do. Yeah. You do what you got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mike, what'd you get?
So Vanessa's sitting in the next room. She may hear me say this and might come give me the stink eye. But after looking at all the Christmas presents I got from her, with the exception of like one, maybe two, she used me as a giant Ken doll for Christmas because she bought a ton of shit that she wanted to see me in. Which is cool because I needed some of the shit anyway. But she got me like jeans and like this tight sweater that I probably wouldn't have ever bought for myself, but and let's see, some of them underwears and shit, like the boxer briefs or whatever, but they're like the real silky ones. And let's see what else. Oh, eyeliner and leather pants and black fingernail polish. I guarantee I'm gonna have the weirdest list out of everybody. But yeah, but toy wise, she got me Carnage. She got me an amazing Yamaguchi Carnage, and he's cool. and I had him over Levy. Levy came over last night, and I put Carnage in the case in an A stance with no accessories attached to him because I knew it would fucking get Levy when he got here.
Oh, I forgot that I also got the Mafex Brown Wolverine.
Yes,
Yeah,
and so did I.
Yeah.
As well from Brother Kyle. Brother Kyle stopped by and dropped those off. Oh, and Brother Kyle got his, I think that Final Fantasy VII thing that you dropped off for him, Jed, or was that Final Fantasy VII or was it?
Did you get any assless chaps with that whole entourage?
No, I just got just the leather pants. Yeah, leather pants. Basically, yeah, right. You're gonna get that Crow Sex this year.
Didn't you have that stuff from like 10 years ago still, like packed away somewhere?
Yeah, but I'm not the same size I was 10 years ago. I thickened up a little bit. I mean, I was really skinny. Like I not even that I'm like chubby or anything at all, but I was really like bony up until 10, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. So that shit, yeah, I wasn't still not that it was like way small for me, but it was small enough that it was uncomfortable as fuck, and I
didn't think the fingernail polish and eyeliner really mattered how big you were. So.
No, I was talking about them leather pants were not happening. And she has the mesh. My mesh shirt is hers now, but that's around here somewhere, so I could grab that back anytime I wanted it.
You should have got her some like red vinyl pants or something like that.
No, I can't. I can't buy her clothes because she has so much clothes and shit. I don't even know what the fuck she got. So I just let her yeah. No, she buys plenty of clothes. I don't even need to.
So besides the Eric Draven starter kit, what else did you get?
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, it's so true. So the Carnage, I got the Wolverine as well. I got the shout out to this dude from Canada, actually, Micah McGreevy. He hit me up. I was trying to track down every Canadian I knew that I thought might be going to TFCon to grab me that red hoist. And that dude hit me up on the Reflector Files or whatever, and he said he was going. So he was kind enough to pick one up for me and ship it down here. So I got a hold of that. So that's cool. And that came with some cool shit. That came with like a Santa Claus face and like a Jack Skellington face, like a mask or whatever. But yeah, he looks cool in that color scheme. Levy, I don't know if you saw it in the chat. Some dude. So I went and checked the notifications, and because I put a picture of it up there, the red hoist, and a dude was like making fun of the way hoist was built. Like I'm paraphrasing, but something about his pot belly and his little stick legs and shit. So I click on this dude and I look at his profile picture, and he's built exactly like hoist. Shit was cracking me up, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
What else did I get toy wise? I think that's everything. I just got those three. I got the Carnage, the hoist, and I got the Zartan. And Kung Lao. I can't remember if I said anything about Kung Lao last time, but I think he came with the Zartan. So yeah, those couple of items I got. And Jez sent me for Christmas, Amazon gift card. So that was very cool of you, Jed. I got something for you guys coming. And hopefully it's going to be by the next time we get, together in person. But it's currently being made. So, and you're both getting the same thing, but it'll be two of a kind, actually 3 of a kind. 2 of a kind. That's all I'm telling you.
A couple few. There's
only going to be a couple few. I should put that like on the back, 1/couple few, and then 2/couple few. Which one do you got? I got number 2 of a couple few. Yeah. That's fun. There's only a couple few in circulation. I love a couple few because I've never had anybody ask me how many it was, It's like, well, how many? Even if you never heard couple few before, I say couple few. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Math in my head automatically goes to 6.
6, exactly. That's exactly right. Because a couple is 2 and a few is 3, and it's 2 and it's a couple few. See, Jed? Oh man, you know what? 2021 has been a weird year because we've been agreeing on way too many things. I mean, we're still agreeing on, we're still disagreeing on as much shit as we used to, but we're just agreeing on more shit. That's all.
Yeah,
it's weird. Oh man, what about you? Oh no, wait, Jed, did you go yet?
Any plugs? No. Did you have any plugs or shout outs?
I gotta well, at the time this episode will be dropping, we'll have played the New Year's Eve show. So, and Phil's coming all the way to hell up. Phil Stanek, he's coming all the way up from Maryland. So shout out to Phil. Unless something happens that he ends up not coming, but I'm pretty sure he's coming because he said he was coming. So shout out to Phil for coming all that way. I had to make sure there is at least a little bit of metal in the set list for him. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Cool.
Jed, did you go yet?
No, I didn't.
You didn't go yet, did you? Jed, what about you?
I didn't get too much. Christmas stuff was just, it's typical dad gifts anymore, and I really don't. I just buy stuff for myself now, just to make myself happy. And the VR goggles were my Christmas present to myself earlier this year, so
yeah,
Friday's sale. But yeah, I got socks and cutting board, and the wife this year actually bought me things for herself, and gave them to me as presents, saying they were for me. Which
was your what?
Massage pillow, I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not going to use this. And then there's something I guess it's trending now. It's like a massage gun. It has a ball on the end of it, and just basically.
Vanessa has one of those, man. They're amazing.
Yeah, most women have those, I think, too. So it's pretty amazing. I think it has 7 speeds on it.
it's our replacement, Jed.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, I got this for you for your sore shoulder. I'm like, I don't have a sore shoulder. I'm like, what are you talking about? So Levy's gonna ask to borrow it any minute now. he'll be naked with the VR goggles and that thing. Yeah. It's like, all right. So next, and I'm like, what else did I get? I'm like, oh, just luckily she did listen to me though, and she didn't get me any bathroom crap, like a bar soap or contact solution or stupid shit like that.
Oh, Vanessa got me them Squatch soaps, man. Those are awesome. Do you ever use one of them? The Sasquatch, Mr. Sasquatch?
Mm-mm.
Is that what they are?
Are they hairy or what?
No, they're like they're like these natural soap. They're was it Yeti or no, Dr. Sasquatch, I'm pretty sure they're called.
I don't use soap, but I use beauty bars instead with my massage pad and gun.
She wants my junk to smell like the forest when I get out of there.
The forest. Let's upgrade from this Irish Spring you've been using, Michael. I no longer crave the scent of pine. Give me redwood instead.
Give me redwood.
But I did get a couple of things from BBTS. I got the 2099 Spider-Man, Marvel Legends, and I got Ultron, and there's a third one in there. I can't remember which one it was. And I got the McCready from The Thing, the NECA action figure. Which is pretty cool. Yeah,
it looked really good, man.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw they posted a pre-order for the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator from the first movie with the punk clothing on. They call it the noir. What's the name of the nightclub, Levy? Something noir. In the Terminator. In Terminator. Tech Noir. Yeah, it's a Tech Noir version of the T-800. And it comes with the arm, like when he was doing the surgery on himself, and the eye and stuff, and it comes with sutures and shit and everything. Or not sutures. What do you call those things that clamp? You clamp your skin together.
Staples.
Staples?
No, like it's like it looks like a scissor, but it's like it holds the.
Oh, I know. It has like teeth in it.
It holds it apart. It holds it open.
People used to use them for like roaches back in the day when they had smoke joints and shit, so they can get all the way down to the bottom. Roach holders. Comes with 2 roach holders,
Comes with 2 roach clips.
yeah, 2 roach clips. But yeah, that looks really cool. I was thinking about getting that, but I wasn't sure. It's like $30 or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I didn't really get too much. I'm trying to think. I didn't really get any type of shipments in lately. So, but that's it. Shout out and plug to hiddentoys.net. Imagination on display. Lots of new art went up and been pretty popular on Etsy now. Yorgis's art for the Spawn stuff he has. If you type in Spawn on Etsy, it's like the first things that come up. So got a good boost there with a bunch of sales and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Just trying to think. Fuck you, John Bailey. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any shout outs that I had for anybody. Shout out to Lewis for making a speedy recovery for everything. Glad he's feeling better. And I've been kind of in isolation this lately. I've been kind of just hiding in my own little dark cave in the corner over here. So that's all I think I really got. And all the plug outs, all the plugs and shout outs that I have. Well, you guys want to move on to the news?
Let's move on to the news.
So John Madden died, which was kind of sad.
Man.
85 years old. Of course, the American Hall of Fame football coach for the Oakland Raiders, and sportscaster for NFL on CBS and NFL on Fox. And he won the Super Bowl in 77 against the Vikings. And then he retired. Yeah. Then he retired before the Eagles came along.
John Madden was one of the best, man, and they were talking about it, and they described it perfect. Like John Madden was like he covered a game like he was covering it like it was one you were sitting there with one of your buddies watching the game, as opposed to like I'm being serious, as opposed to like some expert talking a bunch of shit that like, because you know how it is, Jed. I've been watching football my entire life, and sometimes they start talking about shit and I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Like I'm not watching it on that kind of level. You know what I mean? Right. Like I'm into it and I've been watching it and I know my shit. But John Madden was always like a person that never really watched football before could watch a game that John Madden was doing and be like entertained and understand what he was talking about. Yeah.
I used to love like making fun of like the things that he would say, because some of those things he said were just like so off the wall.
Oh,
like, you're like, sometimes, when sometimes when the ball gets in the end zone, that's when you get a touchdown.
Yeah, right. I like when he used to talk about like before he was using the A gap, like every once in a while he used the A hole. Linebacker got to plug up the A hole.
Yeah. I mean, him and Al Michaels were the best whenever they did their games and stuff. And then even during the holidays, you start talking about the Turdunkins.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, he was 85. That's a decent ride. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird, and as we get older, seeing all the people like from our childhood that we thought were just gonna live forever, and they're going one at a time.
Most people don't even recognize him as being a coach of a football team or like an announcer. They're just like, oh, it's Madden, the video game. It's the Madden.
Video game.
Yep.
Here's the order of things that Madden for. Number 1, the video game, like to the average person. Number 2, as an announcer, and number 3 as the Tenactin, the Tenactin guy.
Yeah.
Of Acton
and he won a Super Bowl. Yeah. He's coached the Raiders too, by the way.
Yeah. He probably played. Did he play back in his younger days?
I think he did, actually.
I'm going to have to look that up.
I think he did.
He looks like he was. Okay, let's just assume he played, Jed. What position do you think he played? I'm gonna look it up.
Man, let me think. I would say center.
Center? I was actually gonna go with tight end.
Tight end.
Let's look him up and see. Levy, do you got a guess?
No.
Levy's like long snapper.
Okay, here we go. John Kicker. Oh, he's going with kicker. Wow, the dark horse.
Ooh, nah,
Huh?
not a kicker.
Here we
Not
go.
a kicker.
Playing career. A football star in high school, Madden played one season at the College of San Mateo in 1954 before he was given a scholarship to the University of Oregon. Let's see. Are they not going to tell me what position? Where he played both offense and defense for the Mustangs. They still didn't.
Ironman football.
Yeah, they don't have a position. I'll keep looking. We can move on, but I'll let you know when I find it. He was.
I wonder if they're gonna if they're gonna put him on the cover or something like that for next year's edition of Madden.
You know what? They should, man. They should. Yeah, I mean, it don't have to be a player.
The Levy one was 25-year Madden. Did they have him on the cover? Is that what it was? I know they had him on the cover during one anniversary.
I don't pay attention to Madden.
Did you ever play Madden?
Nope.
Really? How about you, Mike? You had to play Madden, right?
I have played it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. For as much as I'm into sports, it's not really much of a gamer.
Interesting.
Like a sports gamer. Like the
only football game he ever played religiously was NFL Blitz.
Oh, Blitz was great. Well, you know what? No, I played some of the more ridiculous ones back in the day. Like
the only reason you like to play Blitz is because you can
pass interfere.
Pass interference bullshit.
So, Levy, I went to Richie's comic book store.
Mm-hmm.
Jaw-dropping collectibles, by the way, if anybody's in the area and wants to check out a cool shop. But I was out there and I told him that we were going to try to get this Saturday afternoon trip down to Angels arcade in Easton one of these days. And I said, yeah, man, I'm going to try to put that together and I'll let you know what Saturday if you want to go along. And he goes, are you sure you want to take me? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Did you mellow? Did you mellow with age a little bit? Or
is that the same? Wait, is Richie the same guy that climbed on top of the thing and like smashed?
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah,
he King Konged an arcade cabinet. Yeah.
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 That's like giving an alcoholic a bottle of beer.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe from him when I met him.
No, well, see, we were all in our early 20s, man. Like, it's crazy to think about, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We were half our age back then, so we were young and stupid, and that's the kind of shit we did for entertainment.
I remember when he almost broke some poor kid's hand when he was putting his quarter in.
Who threw me to football? Was that Chad that threw me to football, running towards the arcade, like from and he hit the light, knocked the light out in the store?
Might have been Chad. I don't know.
Next.
I just remember the King Kong story. Richie almost breaking that kid's hand.
Yeah.
When he was trying to put his quarter in the coin slot.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm bringing him, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, it's probably best not to plug the store than to talk about all the bad shit that he did to people.
Nah, man, we all did. This is just his list. Like everybody that hung out back then has a laundry list of dumb shit that they did, you know?
Oh yeah. Like I said, luckily social media was not around back then.
Oh, dude, seriously, because I know we always clown on the younger generation because it's like, man, well, first of all, we would have been saying a lot of dumb shit, but at least we would have spelled it right, you know? Like it would have been the same cesspool that it is today, except it would have just been a lot easier to read.
Yeah.
So let's see. Also, Derek J. White died. He was 49 years old. He was an animator. He did the distinctive styles of Teen Titans, Transformers Animated, and Ben 10 Omniverse.
How old was he?
49.
49? Oh, yeah. Man. That's sad.
He went to a lot of BotCons. Like I said, BotCons were before my time, so I didn't ever really met him or knew who he was, but I know his work.
Give me the name again so I can look him up.
Derek J. White.
Derek J. Wyatt.
They might have called him DJ Wyatt. I know Casey Kohler knew him, and Casey shared like a group picture of him and them, like from like a 2005 or 7 or 6 or something like that. BotCon. There was a big group photo of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you know how it is, man. BotCon was like, I haven't been to a BotCon in like 20 years, and I can't remember what I ate for breakfast. So chances of me remembering,
yeah,
are slim to none. But still, 49. That's just sad.
Yeah. And that's all the people that died. How about trailers? Levy.
Yes.
What trailer would you like to discuss?
What were they?
There's a trailers channel. You can look.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. All right, Jesus.
They're there. There's a bunch of them. Did you watch them?
Yeah, I watched them. I had a hard time caring about most of these.
You know what, Levy? I'm kind of with you. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, Uncharted.
Not all of them.
Batman looks all right, but I mean, I'll probably watch the. I'll probably watch Clean because I just want to watch Adrian Brody just like murder people. Yeah, let's talk about Clean then.
Let's talk about that one then.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's one of the ones that did interest me in this group.
It's like the Equalizer if with Adrian Brody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was catching Equalizer vibe, or even like a Punisher vibe a little bit.
Do you know what vibe I got? I got the was it Four Brothers vibe.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it was like the same style of setting. You know, like a gray, snowy, like ghetto type.
I thought it was just good because he was wearing a hat.
No, just because like even like the old lady on the porch, the grandma, you know, like the type of, you know, how because like their mom was like, you know, that is like that type of setting in a way.
Yeah,
that's the first thing. Like it was just the scenery and just the way that was filmed, I think. But no, I thought it was. I'm like, oh, Adrian Brody. You know, I just saw him in that series. I forget what it was on, but it was the prequel to Salem's Lot. But yeah, so I thought, oh, this is just going to be another kind of dumb thing, but it looked really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
No, your wife.
Is that all you want to say about?
No, Jed, your wife just sent me a message saying that you guys got Josh's cookies. Showed me a picture.
What?
Oh wait, no, never mind. It's not your wife. It's actually Josh.
What?
Never mind. I thought your wife. I thought Lori messaged me, but it's actually Josh.
Has she been spamming you?
A little.
Oh. She said to me earlier, she goes, I'm going to send this to Levy. I said, you go ahead. You send everything to Levy. Send it all to Levy.
Send it.
It's like this picture of a cat jumping around like a rabbit. I'm like, yeah, send it to him.
Well, his profile picture is similar to hers. And so I just looked at the profile picture. Didn't look at the name.
Oh.
So.
Okay. So back to trailers?
The Batman.
Batman. I thought that was actually a lot more interesting and action packed than the first trailer.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be 110% completely honest with you. I'll watch this with an open mind. Like I like making fun of Pattinson Batman just for entertainment purposes because of Twilight, because Twilight was so hateable. But like I'm definitely I will watch this with an open mind. And that being said, this trailer looked really good. Like it looks like it's gonna be good.
Even with the emo Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, but like one could say that Bruce Wayne could be an emo character. You know what I mean?
True.
Parents murdered in front of him.
Very, very emo.
Yeah. So, it's almost like it makes sense. Like him growing up and becoming the millionaire playboy that just seemed real cool and collected all the time and just had his shit together all the time almost is counterintuitive or whatever the word is that you want to use to describe something that doesn't make any sense. You just expect him to be a little bit darker, a little bit more of a weirdo.
He hasn't been outside in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the vibe that I got from this trailer, where he was just like this rich kid that just stays inside and do anything. He never goes out. No social
and
skills whatsoever.
That's how I would do it. If after the squeeze, I'm just going to be a rich kid that stays
After
inside.
the squeeze. I thought the Lost City trailer was funny. I thought I like Channing Tatum in like comedy roles.
I was going to say that movie does seem a little bit out of your wheelhouse. You're not usually into the whole romantic comedy thing.
It's not really a romantic comedy. It's more like a, just a stupid.
It's got
funny
Sandra Bullock in it. It's a romantic comedy.
Yeah, he just don't want to admit it, Levy.
Yeah, I know.
Is it?
Is
it a romantic comedy?
I don't want to have.
Okay.
It's like it would be like me.
It's
like
totally
me,
romantic comedy, dude.
Is it?
Like me.
At the end they're going to be falling in love. It's a romantic comedy.
It's okay, Jed. It's okay. You're in a safe space, Jed. It's fine.
Honestly, I didn't even realize it was.
Jed, listen. Levy watched the Vampire Diaries. You can be into this romantic comedy if you want to be. It's okay.
You can be into this even if I didn't watch the Vampire Diaries. Don't let Mike freaking make you think it's like you can if you want. You enjoy that movie. You enjoy the shit out of that movie, Jed. And don't let anyone make fun of you otherwise.
I like Channing Tatum, and when he does comedy.
So do all the other middle-aged women, Jed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'm not gay for him or anything like that. I'm like, oh yeah, Channing. Ooh, Magic Mike. Nah, I'm not like that. I'm just like, oh, he was really funny in 21 Jump Street. That was
21 Jump Street was pretty good.
He really loved Channing Tatum's scene in This Is the End. That's what he loved.
I never saw that.
He plays a gimp at the end when he Danny McBride's gimp.
Yeah.
Did you guys see what was that Ryan Reynolds movie where he was a video game character?
Free Guy.
Free Guy. Did you see his cameo in that?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really a cameo. It was more. He was actually a named character.
Well,
so.
Yeah, but he was. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was a small role, but.
That was really funny though too. Like I don't know, yeah. I like his humor.
Oh, he's funny. He is very funny.
So I just didn't realize this was a romantic comedy. But then again, Brad Pitt did show up at the end, and that was pretty funny. Why are you so handsome? Oh, my dad was a weatherman. All right, so moving on from my metrosexuality here. Uncharted, nothing new. You guys don't dig it.
No, I'm still interested in seeing it. I'm glad they gave Sully his mustache.
Yeah, I was gonna say they gave Marky Mark the mustache. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Can't just get past the whole Spider-Man, Tom Holland thing, huh?
Oh no, I can get past it.
Oh, okay.
Like other people can't seem to, but
right.
He's an actor. He's gonna do other work other than Spider-Man. So I never understood that logic. It's like, oh, I can't get past the whole Spider-Man thing. Why not? The man needs to fucking work. Okay, well, maybe he doesn't need to work. He probably, if he was frugal enough, he could live on what he made off of Spider-Man for the rest of his life. But,
yeah.
But still, I mean, the guy's, I don't even think he's typecast. I really don't think he's typecast. I think, because, no, I'm thinking Andrew Garfield. But still, I mean, I think the man's capable of doing other roles without, being compared to Spider-Man.
He did a good drama movie, and I can't remember what the name of it is though. But he was like, he returned back, and it was like a southern town. It was like, like 60 years ago or whatever. And he, whatchamacallit, the dude from Twilight was in it too. He played like a preacher and stuff in it. Yeah,
The Lighthouse.
It was the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse was him and man, my names are escaping me this evening. Dementia is setting in slowly. William Dafoe.
Well, I was close. It's another Spider-Man actor. Spider-Man movie actor.
Yeah. It wasn't Tom Holland though. William Dafoe and Tom Holland are a very big difference between the two.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
But now that you mentioned it, The Lighthouse is a fantastic movie. If you want to watch it, it's really good.
Yeah, and really Robert Pattinson, he's a pretty good actor in that movie, huh?
Great actor in that movie. Yep.
Imagine he could do something other than Twilight. Just going back to the Batman thing. I mean,
But yeah, I can't remember if it was like something. I don't know if it had like the word violence in it or something. I forget. But it was Tom Holland and Sebastian Stan was in it too. It was a good movie.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. I recommend it. But he can do things out of Spider-Man. Trailer I threw in there, The Northman. I just remember that I saw that like a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was interesting. And I know you guys. Well, Mike, I know you're like a fan of like Viking type of stuff. And Livy, I know you're a fan of that actor, so I thought I'd throw that in there.
What actor?
But you guys didn't really.
Skarsgård?
Whichever Skarsgård that is. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he was all right in True Blood.
That's it. That's all you got, huh?
Yeah. The Devil All the Time is the film you were thinking of.
That's it. The Devil All the Time. That was a good movie. Really good.
Yeah. That has that Skarsgård guy, his brother's in that, Bill Skarsgård, the guy who played Pennywise.
Oh,
See, I'm
yeah,
a fan of him.
right.
I'm a fan of him. And I'm not saying that what's his brother's name? Alexander Skarsgård. I'm not saying he's a bad actor, and I enjoy watching him, but
isn't there like 4 of them?
I only know of 2, but
is there
and then
dad?
and then the father,
the dude. Yeah, is that the father that was in Avengers?
Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's 3 brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, 4. Alexander, Gustav, Walter, and Bill.
See, I was right. There was 4.
Well, I'm on Wikipedia right now.
What was the third one's name? Voltar.
Walter. Valter. It's like Walter, but with a V.
Oh. Volta. Volta. I was trying to get Vanessa to talk to me in the sack, like the Black Widow's sister. The Black Widow's sister.
Oh.
She didn't want to do it.
The Russian.
She was going to talk to me like her, and I was going to talk to her like The Witcher. So we'll see how that goes.
Fuck.
So that's all the trailers. So Levy, I know you saw Spider-Man. Mike, did you see Spider-Man yet?
I did see Spider-Man.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Awesome. We can talk about it.
Yes.
Would you guys like to talk about Spider-Man?
No.
Sure.
We don't have to. So, spoilers, Brother Kyle, for people who didn't see it.
Yeah. And Nate.
And everyone else who didn't see Spider-Man yet.
They haven't. Brother, I'm surprised Brother Kyle hasn't seen it yet. So, Levy, I called up Jed, a little side note for Spider-Man. I called Jed to ask him to ask him like how what's up with the one that's in Jetflix? Is it shit or is it like worth watching? And long story short, he said, if you can go to the theater, go to the theater. But he's like, if you really just want to watch it at home, it's not terrible except for, X, Y, and Z, these couple things happen and shit, but for the most part, it's okay. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I go, okay, cool, thanks. And then I go, you're killing the squeeze. And I hung up on him. Shit.
I woke up and chose violence today.
Who's starting?
So did you go to the theater, Mike, or did you?
Nah, we just Jetflixed it because it was the 4 of us. It was me and Vanessa and Vanessa's 2 kids. And DJ didn't really seem all that interested to begin with, but
yeah. Did you get through it okay? Because
Alyssa went
a little bit
4 times.
Oh yeah.
Her daughter went 4 times to see it in the theater. I told her to go see it at AMC. But anyway, the ads came at funny times, man, because there was a few times where I'm like, before you realize it's like, who's this random Indian guy? He's like, it's like, middle of this intense scene and this like smiling Indian guy comes walking on this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, it's ad number 1. Here we go.
I think what bothered me the most was like when things would get out of focus. That's
like when it would get dark. When it got dark, it would get out of focus from time to time, and sometimes were longer than others. But
it was watchable.
Just to see it was watchable. Yeah. But
we have very different definitions of watchable. But
yeah, it's like there's a couple movies. I don't do cam stuff really anymore, but there's a couple movies that I'll be like, I really want to see it, and if it's an HD cam that's okay, then I'll watch it. And the last time I did that was when I was sick and Avengers Endgame came out, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this because I have to. Same thing with this one, I have to watch because If I don't, then it's just going to be the internet is just spoiling the shit out of it.
Right.
Not like I follow Kim Kardashian or anything, but it's like fucking everyone and anyone's going to talk.
Yeah.
So let's start with this. What was your favorite scene in the whole movie, Levy Curry?
My favorite scene in the whole movie, the one where they killed Spider-Man. What? Nothing, guys?
No. Nope.
All right, never mind. All right,
Tough
fine.
room.
Yeah, tough.
It is a tough room.
Safe, but tough.
No, actually, I don't know what my favorite scene was. I mean, I love the scene when they went running off the scaffolding together and were swinging around and shit. That was cool. There's just so many great scenes in that movie. It's hard to pick out my favorite. I know. I mean, the theater just went nuts when Garfield and what's his fucking name? Maguire showed up. The theater just went fucking. The theater went nuts when freaking Charlie Cox showed up, dude.
Yeah, I went nuts, man.
So
I'll tell you, Sean's kid, and they went to see the movie. He didn't know anything about all that stuff, so he was like surprised.
That's great.
When Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire showed up, he's like, he didn't even know any of that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's I wish I would have had that.
Yeah,
lack of knowledge.
Yeah, this is our gift and our curse of being podcasters and being in the know.
Yeah, I'll tell you my favorite scene. My favorite scene is when Peter and fucking William Dafoe are beating the shit out of each other, and he's like wailing on him. And fucking William Dafoe is just laughing at him the whole fucking time. And then he power bombs him through the floor. Yeah. I'm like, that was cool. That was my favorite. That whole scene when he was just they were fighting, like from that point on, when he like pulled him in through the windows and like smashed him. that was my favorite scene in the whole movie. Yeah, because that's the Green Goblin that you should know, and like that's you don't want to some fucking Power Ranger outfit. And they at least they did the right thing and they fucking smashed that helmet right in the beginning and fucking so that way you could see fucking William Dafoe fucking being the crazy ass fucking actor that he is.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's great, man. He did a really good job going back and forth between one persona and the other.
That and when MJ threw the bread at fucking he's like, why'd you do that?
If you have the tingles, I do have the tingles, just not for bread.
He's like, crawl around? No. But
look, you're a very untrusting personality. I can appreciate that. Here, boom, he just like sticks his hand to the ceiling.
Andrew Garfield did a really good job acting in this movie. I mean, he was like, of all the different, things that, like when he saves MJ and his expression, his emotion, like, keyed up.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. I don't know if that was my favorite scene, but it was one of my favorite scenes when that happened because it was so well acted. Because you could see the whole, like you could see his whole train of thought, like everything that was going through his head, from not being able to save Gwen. Yeah, but
April, it was great because you're in parallel. It's like you're thinking the same thing. He's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. And then
when he saved MJ, April, she gasped audibly when she saw his face and he was crying and everything. She was like, "Oh!" I'm like, but actually, you know what my favorite scene was? The back cracking scene. That whole sequence where they were all talking, and you can tell that whole scene was just like improvised.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene.
But like you can tell the whole thing was improvised because like the way they kind of like were talking over each other a little bit and stuff like that. But it was just so well done. And like when Andrew Garfield was like, man, you guys like fought aliens in space. I'm lame. I fought a Russian dude in a rhino robot suit. But then like Peter Parker or Maguire, he's like, you are not lame. You're amazing. It's like, yeah, thanks. I needed to hear that.
I think like that whole part too, like that was really funny. It was when he was like, I don't want to brag, but he's like, I was in the Avengers. That's great.
Avengers,
what's that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Is that a band? Are you a band?
Yeah, there was a lot of good little like Easter egg shit going on like
or
that.
when Tobey Maguire did the whole web thing. He's like, "Oh, what's the web for?"
Yeah.
At one point, I said to Vanessa, I'm like, if they don't do the Spider-Man meme in his movie somewhere, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. And then they did the one like where they were in the lab and Ned calls out Peter and what? And they all start pointing at him like, there it is, the fucking
meme.
How about the plot holes?
Yeah, there were
yeah.
Like Electro didn't know Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Right.
Yet he got pulled in.
Yeah. Do you think they'll just try to brush all that kind of shit under the carpet, or are they going to go back and explain it somehow in a future?
Nah, I think
I think they brushed it under the carpet.
I read an interview today from the writers, and they had said that they realized that there was some like plot holes and questions about things, and they said that they're just going to let it go unless it's like they want to address it in a future movie. You know, that makes it important. Like, do you guys watch those pitch meetings at all from Screen Rant?
No.
If you don't, you should. It's just really the dude that does the things is really funny. He's like, yeah. So that whole magic thing. He's like, does he have a driver's license or like a birth certificate or stuff like? He's like, listen. He's like, it's just a magic thing. He's like, what about all the videos and stuff? Like, I guess magic works on computer memory too.
Oh, like tweets and social media shit about Spider-Man.
Yeah, just everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like I don't know how that works, but can you just get off my back about that? But yeah,
or the other thing is like with Spider-Man, like at the end, it ended up being like not only did people not remember who Spider-Man was, they didn't even remember who he was because he had to like reintroduce himself to MJ.
Well, that's what the spell was, that they didn't know who Peter Parker was.
Right. Yeah, right.
They know who Spider-Man is. Spider-Man is remembered. Peter Parker.
Right. They just don't. Peter Parker's not remembered. I get it, but like those are kids from his high school. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they didn't. You wouldn't. You know, even the kids that went to my high school that I didn't talk to.
The world, dude. The world forgot who Peter Parker was.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like he was still going about his business the same way that he always was, right? Like, he had to go clean out Aunt May's house and all that shit. So he's completely he's like doesn't exist.
Yeah, essentially. Well, did you notice he had a GED book?
Right.
Because he's never been to as far as the world is concerned, he's never been to high school. Right. He doesn't exist. So he had to get his GED so he could go to college.
Right. Well, who was he then? He was still Peter Parker, correct? So somebody had to fucking know him.
No, up until that point, Peter Parker didn't exist.
Right, that's the whole thing, and that's why there was like, you know, people are like, well, how does that work? Does he still have a social security card? Does he pay taxes?
Well, yeah, I you know, because I was asking all them questions too, and then I was just putting it up to like, all right, well, you know, it's a movie. Sometimes when I go too far like that, I think to myself, it's just a movie.
Right, exactly.
But like, you know, it's like, how does Happy remember the events of Aunt May's death? You know. How do they justify her being there in an apartment full of fucking villains?
Yeah.
Well, it was his apartment. It was Happy's apartment.
Right, but why were all the villains there?
I don't know. Plot hole.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's like just things like a logic.
You know, why would Aunt May have been? Yeah, but without Peter Parker, like her reason for even being in the same room with those people is gone.
Well, I don't know how. I don't know if it's worth going back and fixing or explaining at some point or another. But like, I'm thinking about times when that happened in comic books. And wasn't it true? Didn't after Secret War, the latest Secret War, is it 2015 or 16? Was it 15? Didn't Wolverine remember everything that happened before? Like everybody else kind of came into the new world and was like, and had no recollection of all that shit, Doctor Doom and all that other shit. But Wolverine, I think by himself, and I would have to go back and look either that or have a comic aficionado like Phil or Josh or somebody that read all that shit and remembers it.
You're probably right, but I do know that in Age of Ultron, he did remember all of it that happened.
Okay, maybe I was just getting
reset back to normal.
Yeah, maybe I was just getting the story wrong, but I knew there was definitely a major storyline somewhere where like everybody else lost their memories and shit like that, but Wolverine remembered everything from the
I thought it was
past.
House of M.
Could have been that too. Yeah, could have been that too.
Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's just his thing that his healing factor doesn't affect him. Could have been all.
He doesn't get the same Alzheimer's that everybody else gets.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Wolverine, Levy, I'm messing with his Mafex. I just took the Mafex out of the box now, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty badass.
And he's better. He feels better than the other one.
The blue and yellow, yeah.
Yeah. Like my arm.
Sorry,
my arm. The yellow and blue Wolvie, like his arm pops out really easy at the bicep. Yeah. And this one feels pretty solid. Anyways, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail that for a toy review, but Spider-Man. But so Spider-Man.
In that pitch meeting video, the producer goes, "So did they all get sent back right before they died then?" Right?
Yeah.
Wait, right before they died. Wait. What do you?
Well, they pulled him out of time or metaverse or whatever. Like right before they died.
Talking about that. You're talking about all the enemies.
Yeah.
So they got all like
Dr. Octopus and
healed.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what happened because are they going to have memory of being in the MCU? Like, do they get sent back to their own universes with the same? Because the other two Spider-Man also came from their other universes and shit like that. So if they're going back with they just went through that battle to stop all of them. They gave them all of the antidotes and shit like that, and like stopped all of them. Would they have to kill them when they went back to their own universes?
Well, it depends on when they get sent back. Like if they get sent, if Osborn gets sent right back right before he gets stabbed in the nuts by his sled, then he's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing with Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus would have had to. Well, Electro didn't die, did he? I don't remember him dying in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He exploded. Yeah, he exploded when the whole Transformer went up.
Yeah, but he's pure energy. That wouldn't kill him.
Okay. Plot hole.
But when he gets back, he's human, so that might kill him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus got sent. He had to have been taken between the moment when Peter pulled his mask off and he regained control of the tentacles and drowned his experiment, right? Which is just a matter of minutes. So maybe that's why he was able to get the tentacles to listen to it, because he'd already had the new inhibitor chip, and so. But Sandman didn't die. No. The Lizard didn't die. Right. Who else was in there? That was 5 of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and why was there 5, by the way? Like, man, should have just.
They could have got.
Nice. The Sinister Six would have been nice.
Yeah.
Guess they couldn't get Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being nitpicky at this point because let me tell you, I was completely and totally entertained by this movie, and I liked it. I actually loved it. Like, it was. I think it lived up to its hype.
I think they should have brought back Mysterio.
Yeah, Mysterio. Wait, was he in the Sinister Six? Who the hell was
he? He's a founding member of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, it was him and
Dr.
Vulture,
Octopus,
Dr. Octopus,
Chameleon.
Which one of these guys was not in it? Was Electro in it?
I think Electro was in the original Sinister Six.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Or is that what you're doing?
Sinister Six. The Sinister Six. Oh, Kraven the Hunter, Mysterio, Dr. Octopus, Vulture, Sandman, and Electro.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chameleon wasn't in. I'm sorry. He was in. I think he might have been one of the later ones. But yeah, so Kraven, Mysterio, Dr. Octopus, Vulture, Sandman, Electro. They don't have a Kraven the Hunter yet.
Didn't they have like a Sinister 36 or something like that the one time? I know that's Sinister 12.
Maybe.
I hate when they go back and try to redo shit like that. Like, they go to the well and it was awesome and just let it be. New Secret Wars 2 was going to suck.
Oh, yeah. There's not so many times reboots get it better.
Yeah. What the hell else did I want to say about this movie? Man. Go ahead. Somebody else go. I had a thought and it left me. It'll come back to me in a minute.
the suit at the end looks
Yeah, you know what?
almost
That looks an awful lot like
identical to that Mark IV.
Yeah,
armor.
that armor suit that you have.
Yeah.
That hot toy figure of.
Yup.
I mean, it's
That's
the
why I was
same blue
Doing
sheen.
a picture.
Yeah.
Yup. I always saw that. I was like, that's pretty close.
Yeah. It looks cool
Glad I
though.
bought that.
I mean, very,
Yeah.
very comic accurate.
I
The
felt like
the movie was paced very well too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how long the movie was, but I don't remember myself being bored for more than a minute.
Yeah.
Watching the whole thing. I think it was paced very well, and like there was enough action and there was enough of other shit going on. Can I tell you that I still don't think that Doctor Strange is the Doctor Strange.
Really?
Yep.
What? You think he's a
Mephisto?
Skrull?
I don't think that he's a Skrull, but I just think that in the world of, sorcery and magic and all the weird shit that goes on with that stuff, with the magic characters and stuff like that, that I think there's some, I don't know. I'm just feeling that that's not our Doctor Strange. That's some other Doctor Strange. Cause he just didn't, I don't know. He just didn't, I don't know. He was a little like goof. I know that Doctor Strange kind of has a little bit more of like a flair for humor and shit in the MCU, but he was a little goofier than normal, and I don't know.
Did you watch the second post-credit scene?
The second post-credit scene. Wait, refresh my memory.
It was a Doctor Strange teaser.
Oh, the
Doctor Strange trailer.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when we find out that that's the Doctor Strange that was in Spider-Man was like the Doctor Strange that was in like What If,
No, they've already shown that that Doctor Strange in the trailer.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some Doctor Strange from one of them 14 million and six.
I think the writers just kind of like shit all over the Doctor Strange's powers in this movie. That's basically like, oh, we'll have fucking Ned be able to open portals, even though it took him fucking forever to figure it. It's, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
Definitely was the Sorcerer Supreme.
He learned how to be a sorcerer in less than a year.
He had a problem with the portals at first.
At first, but it took him less than a year to become a sorcerer.
Meanwhile, Ned's waving his hand.
What's her name?
Sparkles.
What's her name? Fucking the Ancient One said it takes years and years of practice, just like it did for you to become a neurosurgeon. No, it doesn't.
Well, yeah, but he didn't open any portals by mistake. Like Ned just opened one by mistake. I would use
I get that, but
I would use them portals for all the wrong reasons. Like I would open up portals and just shit.
Yeah, but
through the portal and then shut the portal.
I'm just saying, don't forget how quickly freaking Doctor Strange took to it. So
yeah, can I tell you? By the way, I hate the Flash Thompson character.
Yeah, he's not the same as he's not a very good Flash.
Did you catch that whole thumb
Flashpoint?
Up your ass? Yeah, Flashpoint book thing. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed how they basically told Sony to go fuck themselves with the Venom character. That was pretty good at the end too.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
And I'm happy for that because, man, did you guys see the Carnage movie? Man, that was terrible. Whew.
Well, you didn't like Venom though either, so.
You know what you guys were saying about how I like romantic comedies? That was a romantic comedy. That
Carnage.
That was not a fucking super movie. That was terrible.
I don't know. I'll find out for myself because like I'm not. You have every right to not like something or like something or whatever. But like
I tried.
You didn't like Venom and I did like Venom. So you telling me that Carnage sucks ain't gonna.
Yeah.
And I'm not. This isn't at all crushing your taste. This is just me saying my taste is different than yours a little bit when it comes to that shit. So
true. No.
So
and you may like a movie that I do not like. You are more than welcome to do that. I'm just saying that I did not. I really tried. I like Woody Harrelson. He's a great actor and stuff. And I was expecting like what was that fucking movie? He was Natural Born Killers. Like I was expecting like a Natural Born Killers type of thing, and it was very disappointing all around. Yeah. So
it's like if you tell me you're giving me Tom Hardy, Venom, and Woody Harrelson Carnage in the same movie, sight unseen, I'm thinking that's going to be pretty awesome. But
yeah,
I guess I'll find out.
Me too. Very sad. But anyway, so yeah, I was just kind of glad that they booted his ass back to the fucking Sony verse, which, you know, a lot of people, rumors abound, are now saying that because Andrew Garfield did such a great job in this movie and everyone blah, blah, and there's a fucking Twitter hashtag for him now that he might actually be in a third Spider-Man movie with that Venom, Eddie Brock.
Third Amazing Spider-Man.
The third Amazing Spider-Man would have this fucking Tom Hardy Venom that they would have, I think, instead of the Tom Holland MCU.
I'd be all right with that. No, wait. What about the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man? Wait, you just confused the shit out of me.
Instead of Tom Hardy's Venom being in the MCU.
Oh, he's going to be back in there. Okay, yeah.
He would be in the universe that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is in.
So you're anti Tom Hardy Venom, not the movie. I mean, you're anti the movie, but you don't like him as Venom. You don't like him as Eddie Brock?
He was okay as Eddie Brock. I just didn't like, I don't know. I didn't like the writing or the movies at all. I mean, I was really hoping, I really wanted to like him, and I tried, and it's just, I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Just didn't like how they did the whole Venom symbiote thing. I don't know.
I like him as Eddie Brock. I'm sure that somebody out there could play Eddie Brock. That also leaves him open to play somebody else in the MCU at some point if they so choose, whoever he might fit.
Tom Hardy?
No, yeah.
Maybe.
Because I like him as an actor.
I do too. I don't know. I didn't like the Venom movie at all.
They should have him play Bane in the MCU.
See, the Bane was a weird role, because like I remember watching that movie and, like, you know, as much as all joking aside about me goofing on DC all the time, like I've always been a Batman fan. Like I read that shit, you know, back in the day, the whole, you know, the Bane, what was it, Nightfall? Is that what the So I read all that shit or whatever, and then when I saw that movie and I heard his Bane, like I never in a million years pictured Bane sounding like he made him sound.
No. So the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, right. Like, you know, like if I'm squaring somebody up and they're bigger than me, I'm a little, you know, like, you know, I'm gonna have my hands full here. But then if they talk like that, now I think I got a shot.
Did you ever see the Bane outtakes from Aeronauts?
Oh yeah.
Are they real?
No. It's they overdubbed lines and stuff, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't.
That and
so who has beaten me in freestyle? Only me. Only you. Snap.
And you got Batman. Like, fucking two talking to each other, man. It's so ridiculous. You know how they do did you ever see the Star Wars, they did that Star Wars scene without the music?
Yes.
Where they're coming and it's like really super uncomfortable and shit. And like
ceremony.
Yeah. And Chewbacca, it's like imagine, you know, Tom Hardy and Christian Bale, no Batman mask or Bane mask, and no music or anything, and they're just the two of them. they're just holding a conversation, and that's how they talk to each other. That shit would be great.
I was born in the shadows. Where are the drugs going?
No, but they're just saying like they're just saying every day like mundane shit because they're just buddies and they're just hanging out, you know.
Yeah. So, Bruce, pizza, Bruce.
What time are the birds on? Or no, I guess it would be the Giants. What time are the Giants on?
I've always been a fan of the Steelers myself.
Oh shit!
That whole YouTube channel, they are always called Aerial Knots. Is that what it's called, Levy?
Aerial Knots.
Aerial Knots. When they did the trailer reviews by Rogue One, when they did the Rogue One trailer, and they had fucking Ben doing the fucking trailer review, and he was just sitting there, and he had the mask on, he had the whole audio, synthesizer thing going and stuff like that. Did you ever see those?
No, I didn't see that.
Those are really funny too. But anyway, that and pitch meetings you guys should watch. All those pitch meetings are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
he goes, and then he's like, Tobey Maguire just stops him with his like wise face from stabbing fucking the Green Goblin. He goes, and then he gets stabbed in the back. Oh, is he gonna be okay? He's like, oh yeah, he's all right.
He's been stabbed before.
It's okay. Because like the music was like, and it's like,
yeah.
Levy's like, yeah.
Yes, I've seen that episode before. So, I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist, Mike, the anime.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if you said that on the last show or if you said that in the chat, but I don't remember seeing it.
41 out of 51 episodes in.
Man, that's a lot of episodes, man.
Yeah, it's been really good. I recommend it. I've been watching the first series, not the Brotherhood reboot, but that's gonna be next. Levy recommends the Brotherhood reboot.
I actually saw that. I actually saw that whole run, if believe it or not.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, I've never seen the I've watched a couple episodes of the Brotherhood reboot, but from everything that I've ever seen or read from people, they say that Brotherhood is more accurate to the original manga. Yeah. Without all the filler.
I just like going back and watching the original, especially since it's pre CGI, all over the place. So it's
That's the one I was referring to, by the way, and not the reboot. I saw the original
run. Okay, that's what I'm watching right now. The original.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the reboot. Nor did I have any plans to, because I just figure, if I'm going to watch a whole second season, that is kind of like the thing I just watched, and I'd rather just watch something new that I haven't seen.
Yep. Did you guys watch Boba Fett?
No.
Not
yet. Haven't had time.
Oh, it's good. You should watch it.
I feel like there's so much shit coming out. It's like impossible to keep up with.
Yeah, we'll get to it this weekend.
Yeah, you get time. Did you guys? I watched that movie Don't Look Up, which was great. It was the one with
I was hearing good things about that. Yeah, I was hearing good things about that movie.
Like I said, I mentioned this a few times already, but Cate Blanchett deserves like an Academy Award for that performance that she did. I didn't even fucking know it was her. Until I saw the credits, and I was like, "What?" And I'm like, went back again. I'm like, "Holy shit!" But yeah, that was a good movie. What have you been watching, Mike? Anything new and exciting?
We finished Hawkeye last night. We finished Hawkeye last night.
Did you finish that, Levy?
Oh yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I was wrong. And I was wrong, Levy. I was telling you could Levy to tell you, man. I was like, Daredevil's gonna show up any minute now.
I wanted to say, yeah, no, he's not. But
I knew you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't spoil it. I was just calling it. I was trying to call my shot, but it didn't happen. I thought that was going to be one last like final surprise. Because I know he just showed up in Spider-Man, but it would have been like he was just in Matt Murdock mode, and he wasn't in Daredevil mode. Because watching these,
if they had something like a instead of that stupid fucking musical at the end, they had like a Moon Knight tease or something.
Yeah, so when we watched it to the end, and then it's like, all right, well, the end of the credits, ending credits scene is coming or whatever, and they busted into that, and we're watching it, and I mean, it was mildly entertaining, but it wasn't mildly entertaining when it got to the end and they gave you nothing, because we thought there was going to be something after that. It's like, God damn it, man. But yeah, I thought I had my money on Daredevil showing up. I like watching watching characters gradually get introduced into the MCU is so much fun for me. Like, I love seeing the introduction of these characters. It's kind of like, it's Jed, have you ever been to any NFL football game when you see your team and your players are getting introduced and they come running out of the tunnel? Like, to me, that's what this is.
You should watch. You should watch Daredevil, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's
the Netflix show.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, and it's especially when the Punisher comes into. Was that second season?
Second season, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the Barenthal Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have to watch that.
Yeah.
I like that. That was better than I think the Punisher season. I think
better than the first Punisher season.
Second, he didn't like the second season.
Yeah,
okay. I was gonna say because the first Punisher season was like, man, that had me fired up.
If you do watch Daredevil, between season 2 and season 3, Defenders takes place. So,
I heard Defenders was shit.
I like Defenders, but I'm just saying, season 3 will be referencing things that you may not know about.
Gotcha.
Because at the end of that, they think Matt Murdock's dead. So
okay. Speaking of people being dead, since we were talking about Hawkeye to begin with, spoilers, everybody. So what's her face? Maya, was that her name? The deaf girl with her Maya shoots the Kingpin at the end, but like it can't be the end of the Kingpin already, right?
I don't think she shot him. I think she probably shot past him or something like that.
Right. Like if I do not see a character die with my own eyes, I never buy it for a second. I'm like, there's no way they're introducing the Kingpin. Like it was basically the beginning of the episode because they just showed like a little teaser at the end of the episode before that. And it's like, you mean to tell me the Kingpin is going to be a 1 episode dude? I don't buy that for a second.
Yeah, no, he's not dead.
If I remember right, she did shoot him in the comics. And I think
did she?
He lose his ability to speak or walk or something like that, but he didn't die. He fucking pulled through. And
again, with the suspension of disbelief, knowing that this is shit based on comic books or whatever, I have a hard time believing that Kate Bishop is going to be able to take a beating like that and continue to get back up.
from Fisk.
Yeah, it's like wild, even the superheroes that don't have superpowers seem to really just getting punched through fucking brick walls and shit. And it's like, it's like I just have a little cut above my eye, but I'm coming back for you.
Yeah, I'm not bleeding internally or nothing.
Right. Like I'll buy.
Did you ever get thrown through drywall? It's not fun.
No,
it's not fun at all.
No, I can't imagine it is, especially if you hit the studs.
Yeah.
Like if you actually went through the drywall, you're a skinny motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's that's one of the parts I didn't like about that last episode. The whole season I liked except for that last episode.
Yeah, I liked a lot of it.
Goofy ass fucking LARPers that suited up and.
Yeah, that had the WB written on it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a little
CW.
Yeah.
All that being said, criticisms aside, I was extremely, extremely entertained by a season of Hawkeye that I had no business being entertained by because it's Hawkeye. How goddamn entertaining can you make Hawkeye? You know what I mean? And it was entertaining. Like I enjoyed it.
I like when they shrunk that truck.
Oh, and the owl came.
And took it away.
Yeah.
That was like one of the things I didn't like when there was 4,000 fucking, mafia guys just running in.
All wearing tracksuits.
Yeah, there was all of them.
A lot of tracksuit dudes.
There was 200 dudes running. I'm like, that's just too much. That was
Hawkeye's Ronin, man. Hawkeye's a ninja.
Yeah, not in the middle of the fucking ice. He isn't. That's
well, he wasn't alone. He had a 16-year-old girl with him.
Yeah,
with extremely high tolerance for pain.
Yeah, when they were fighting through the office. Room after room and stuff like that. That was entertaining, Yeah. But the whole ice, let's shoot every single fucking arrow that we can think of at everybody. Yeah.
Oh, they were so good though, them arrows, man.
Yeah.
I liked them all. No, it was making me happy every time they shot one. I couldn't wait to see what it was going to do.
I was waiting for a boxing glove arrow.
Yeah.
That's Green Arrow though.
Yeah, I know.
What else? You guys watch anything else?
I watched Encanto.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that was pretty good. Are you still hanging on to the opinion that it was your favorite movie of the year?
Yeah. I think it's my favorite movie of the year. Actually,
I never even heard of it. What is it?
It's a Disney movie.
Oh,
Pixar. So it's their latest. Actually, not Pixar. It's Disney Animation Studios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not Pixar. It's actually Disney's 60th animated feature. So, but it's fantastic. It's an absolutely fantastic movie. It's all about family, and it just really resonated with me. And I think it's my favorite movie of the year. So
interesting. I'll have to check that out then.
Like every song in that movie is a fucking bop, dude. It's fucking.
Did you just? What are you? 80 years old? What did you say?
I said every song in there is a bop.
It's a bop?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They slap. The songs slap. They're
man.
kicking, man.
Levy's getting old.
That's how the kids talk nowadays, man.
Levy's getting old right in front of our eyes, man.
No, that's how the young folks talk now, man.
Levy, tell me exactly at what point did you turn into a 75-year-old white man?
Are you not listening to what I'm saying, man? Those are things that the young folk are saying now.
Yeah, I don't know if they say it like that though.
Yeah, they do. The shit's whatever,
bops, man.
No, I said it's a bop.
It's a bop. Yeah, I never had anybody ever say that from age 0 to 90. I heard it slaps before.
I heard a
last time I heard that, I think you said it, but I can't remember what you were talking about.
But I mean, all the songs are written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So
I don't know who that is either.
The guy who did Hamilton. Jesus Christ, people.
Hamilton, what?
What's that?
The Broadway show. Hamilton is like the number one Broadway show for like how many years?
He was yeah. He was and then he did what's that one with the polar bear? What's that series? He was in that. With fucking Professor X and fucking Weapon X. Oh shit, X-23. God damn it! What was that series that I watched?
What?
The Golden Compass.
Oh.
Yeah, young Professor X. What was his name?
Oh, the guy from Split.
Actor's name. Yeah.
Oh, man. And I can't remember his name, man. Look it up. I like when these parts of the shows come up because right now, if there's 8 people listening, 7 of them are yelling the guy's name at their...
Yeah. And Lori was like, we should have a trivia section. This is the trivia.
Yeah.
When we forget what their names are.
James.
What was his name? Levy.
It's
McAvoy. That's it. James McAvoy. Thank you. And the chick that played Laura from fucking Wolverine, that girl, was in this Amazon. I think it was Amazon series. It was based off the Golden Compass. Those books.
HBO.
Daphne Keane.
His dark materials.
Thank you. Yeah, he was actually in that as one of the characters. He played a major character in that.
Okay. Yeah. I see him in the cast list.
He played like this gunfighter aerial knot. Mm-hmm. I forget what his name was though.
Yeah, but no, he's
I know you're talking about.
He's a songwriter and playwright, and he wrote and produced Hamilton, which you absolutely should watch. Hamilton is absolutely fucking amazing. It's on Disney Plus. Watch it.
Mike, you know how you ever meet somebody who's like a musician, but they can play everything. Like they can sit at a piano, play guitar, play bass, play drums.
Yeah, those people are mutants.
That's how this dude is for like entertainment. He can write songs, act, direct, produce. He does all of these things. Yeah,
and all of his songs are bops, dude. I'm telling you,
they're all bops.
They're all bops.
You know what? I can't wait to say that next time I'm in front of like some other friends of mine and shit like that, and a good song comes on. I'm gonna say that and I'll let you know how they treat me after I say it.
You need to talk to people who have their finger on the pulse of today's youth.
I don't even want to.
At least when I say stuff, I'm like at least like late 60s, early 70s instead of the 50s. Where I'm like, yo, man, I dig what those cats are putting out. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, I say that's how I talk too. Right? Yeah.
I'm not saying that it bops. If you don't like it, you're square.
Shit. What else? Oh, Jed, I started making my way through all the Marvel animation finally. I already watched the X-Men, all those anime series and shit like that, but I watched Iron Man Rise of the Technivore, which was like the movie one. I didn't watch that series yet. And I watched the Black Widow and Punisher. And I just started Blade. I started watching. I got like 2 episodes of Blade in. But all it's doing is
You gotta
what?
What's that?
All it's doing.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I got like 2 episodes of Blade in.
All those series are making me feel is disappointed that there's not more of that shit out there, because I immediately like went to see what else I could find, and you had already given me everything. You gave me the Iron Man series, the Blade series, the Black Widow, Punisher, the Iron Man Rise of the Technivore, and the X-Men and the Wolverine. And honestly, so far out of all those, my least favorite, and I've only seen 2 episodes of the Blade, and I haven't seen any of the Iron Man series, but I saw the movie. But anyways, out of the ones that I have seen so far, Wolverine is actually my least favorite.
I remember you saying that you didn't like that.
I mean, it's not that I didn't like it. Like, I like it. It was fine, you know? When you know, it's fine. Like, it wasn't.
It didn't bop.
It didn't bop. I didn't hate it, but I feel like it was getting extra points just because it was Wolverine, and I love Wolverine so much. Like, he's one of my favorite characters. So it was almost like I'm trying to fucking like it. Like, if it would have been that exact same animation and the exact same feel of a story based around another character, I probably really would have just been like, it was a 4. But the fact that it was Wolverine makes it a 6. But but the rest of them, though, the X-Men was awesome, and so far Blade's really cool, and then Iron Man movie was fucking dope as hell, man, and the Punisher shit, the Punisher and Black Widow was really good. Like, I'm really digging all that stuff, and I'm just bummed that there's not more of it out there.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch those again.
Yeah, X-Men was really good. I really enjoyed X-Men.
So you guys want to move on to the weird news?
I only got one story here, but it's a good one.
Cool. Lay it on me, Gramps.
All right. This comes. Like I told you, I got that from young people, not old people. Anyway, this comes from the Evening Standard. It's a UK publication. Bloodthirsty squirrel attacks. Bloodthirsty squirrel attacks 18 people in small Welsh village in 2-day Christmas rampage.
Damn.
Those teeth could bite through right through a child's tiny finger, said the woman who put an end to the attacks. A squirrel's reign of terror over a sleepy Welsh village has been brought to an end after it bit 18 residents, leaving some too scared to leave their homes. The squirrel, nicknamed Stripe, was finally caught in a humane trap and handed to the RSPCA by a Corinne Reynolds, who had been feeding it from her garden in Buckley in North Wales. It came after more than a dozen locals reported being attacked by the rodent, with some posting gory images of bloody bite marks and deep scratches, requiring tetanus jabs amid the 2-day rampage. The squirrel was also accused of biting dogs, cats, and chasing people down country roads. The attacks were ended when Mrs. Reynolds set out a cage in her garden, leaving a handful of peanuts, Stripe's favorite snack, as bait. The RSPCA came and picked up the squirrel. They transferred it from her cage in her bathroom to stop it from escaping. But the animal welfare charity said it had no choice but to put Stripe down, as it's currently illegal to release a gray squirrel back into the wild.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pour one out for, what's his name again?
Stripe. Incidentally, she named him after the gremlin.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, because the kid's one guinea pig's named Stripe because of the same thing. Has a white stripe down its head.
She said, "I'm relieved I caught him because my grandson, who was only 2, plays in the garden, and I had to stop because it's not safe. I'm sad because I'm an animal lover, and because of me, this squirrel lost his life. I know people don't like gray squirrels, but they are all God's creatures to me. But although I see him several times a day in my own garden, his behavior over the last 3 days gave me cause for concern. It's a typo. It says he went diving for me, running to me as fast as soon as he saw me. That's weirdly written. I think my bite wasn't too bad because he knows me, but when I saw others all over Facebook, I was shocked and realized I had to get him caught before I was a child. Those teeth could bite right through a child's tiny finger. I still think he had underlying issues like a tumor or growth because no change like that in a matter of days was not normal. Maybe he had rabies.
Yeah, just a guess.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
She said, it was nothing to do with the food because I have a well-stocked squirrel feeder here, so he knew there was always food in my garden. On the Buckley residents' Facebook group, Ms. Reynolds warned Stripe had bitten as many as 18 villagers in his spree. The tight-knit community was alerted to the rampage when a resident posted a blurry image of the animal standing on a fence as a warning. It has also attacked my two Bengal cats who fear nothing. I dare not go out of my house as it's lurking. I went out to my dustbin in the garden when the squirrel ran at me for the second time. It's attacked half the street. She said, I love animals, would never hurt one, but this one is probably poorly to behave in such an aggressive way. Another Buckley resident, Scott Felton, 34, also reported being bitten, saying, I was just having a fag in my back door and it jumped on me.
I'm sorry.
Fag, of course, being a British slang for a cigarette.
I was going to say, did they
Oh, Michael.
No, I was just going to ask, do they still say that over there?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I thought it wanted feeding, but it bit me before I even had a chance. I wouldn't normally put up something like this post on the Facebook, but it was just so random and it well hurt. Had to go to the hospital to get a jab. Not that I wanted to. So, yeah. Rest in peace, Stripe.
Yeah, pour one out for Stripe.
Probably rabid.
Squirrel.
Probably infected a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, fuck that squirrel.
I always say like that like women are because women always think that squirrels are cute, and it's like you're being fooled by the puffy tail. Like if a squirrel didn't have a puffy tail, it would just be a rat.
It's a fucking tree rat. Yeah, you're right. It is the puffy fucking tail.
So that's it for my weird news.
Toy
news. Well, Transformer toy news is very slim to none. This time around, I don't have a whole lot. And DNA Design has an upgrade kit for that black Zarak, which I know neither of you guys give a shit about, but I was getting it, so I thought that was cool. They're doing the whole all the upgrade kits that they did for the Scorponok. They're doing for Black Zarak, except that this time around they're just putting them all in one kit, so it's an all or nothing thing, which is fine for me because I was getting all that shit anyway. But
makes sense.
The only other thing that I saw that was of any interest to us, at least anyways, Transformer wise, did you guys see the alt mode for Hotspot, X-Transbots Hotspot?
No.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat real quick for Jed since he didn't see it.
Hotspot. Which one's that? Oh, okay, got it.
The fire truck.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice looking.
It looks like a fire truck.
Yeah.
It looks like a fire truck, but it's like, man, it's packed full of detail, man. Like that, all that shit going on the side and shit.
Right, the
top
console.
Yeah.
The top of that ladder is really dinky, though.
The top of the ladder. What do you mean the top? Like the very end?
Yeah, the last section of ladder there. It's really tiny. When you look at that compared to the size of the driver door there, I don't think. I think only maybe like a small child be able to climb that little ladder.
Yeah, well, Are either of you guys getting these Protectobots?
No, I haven't actually been down to buy any third-party Transformer figures in a while.
I haven't.
Really?
I have no interest in the Protectobots.
Yeah, I didn't think you did, Levy. I thought you were, but I didn't know if you were getting.
Oh, I would love to, but I just didn't really have money at the time when they first started coming out, and now that they've come out, they're sold out. Like at least the ones that have already released are sold out. So
yeah,
don't feel like paying aftermarket prices for them.
They do re-releases, I think, sometimes.
I'm sure they'll release a gift set if I feel like getting one later.
Dude, will they though? When was the last time you saw a gift set? Because a lot of people have said that. They're like, oh, I'll wait for the gift set. When was the last time you saw a gift set being released?
I don't know. Maybe the 50 million that freaking Toy World put out.
Yeah, Zeta. I was going to say Zeta and Toy World both do it.
How long ago was that? Like 2-3 years ago.
Nah, they do
Toy
that every
World,
time.
probably last week.
Oh, really?
Toy World, Zeta did it for the for Superion and for Bruticus multiple times.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
And Bruticus, the latest Bruticus one, because they did a metallic one and then they did one that was like a tune accurate paint job, and I believe that one was actually this year.
Okay.
Early this year. Yeah. But XTB, I don't know that XTB.
Yeah.
Well, then again, Menasor was their first combiner, so we don't know. They haven't established an MO yet as far as combiners go. So I guess we'll find out once you know the toy Menasor is out and complete and the G2 Menasor is out and complete. If they go back and start doing them, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I have limited display space anyway, so
yeah.
I saw, talking about XTB, I saw that there's a couple of reviews of the Perceptor that came out. I've heard a few people mention how they canceled their Fans Toys order for Tesla, and they went with XTB instead.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I may end up with XTB Jansen as my Perceptor, but I will never cancel a Fans Toys pre-order because you just get them, and if you want to keep the XTB one, you just hang on to the Fans Toys one for a minute and be able to sell it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I'm going to be open-minded. I'm just going to get both of them and pick the one. But I'll tell you what, man, X-Transbots one. I mean, you know, of course the figure is the most important thing, but if both figures, if you're subjectively looking at both figures and you like both of them exactly equally, X-Transbots always murders in like gimmick type stuff and accessories. And I just think the accessories that comes along with, like, for one, they're doing the sniper face sculpt, which is cool. And then they're doing like all the scientific shit, the beakers and the you know, that other shit that comes with them. And then they're giving you like the little, like the world's smallest, like when they went inside Megatron's chest for the Heart of Cybertron, which is awesome. Like, I don't know. I just think that's,
I watched the review of like that. Those things are like almost fully articulate.
yeah, they are, dude. They have like waist swivels and ankle rocker and the whole nine. Yeah, it's wild. Like to me personally, you could have, first of all, you didn't even have to include that shit. Like, getting that shit at all is a bonus. But even if they did include it, I would have expected nothing more than like, here's just a couple little mini figurines. Like, they could have put them in like a set pose, like a little statue, or just
or their
straight
arms
up
moved.
Yeah, or just like like something simple. But yeah, I actually watched the Chosen Primes. I watched Brandon's little review of it, and he was showing off like the articulation, and it's like, wow, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's the extra mile. Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, we'll have to see what goes on. But he's gonna be out anytime now, pretty soon, from what I'm hearing.
He's gonna be a bop.
He's gonna
that bot is gonna bop.
The only time I'll ever say that is if like somebody does a new Trax. We're gonna have to bust that line out, but that's about it.
Autobot.
Trax or Blaster are the only two that I could say that about and not feel silly.
I saw Alex posted in THC a little while ago about how the height of the Fort Max from Fans Toys is going to be what, 50?
It's not going to be 50 inches. I don't know where you got that shit, but it's not.
Oh, is that all lies? Is that rumor?
Who said that?
Well, I mean, he didn't say it. He just saw it somewhere.
Shared it.
But it was from the original slideshows that they showed, or not even the original ones, but just like the last ones. From what I'm understanding, it was going to be 41 or 42 to the top of the head.
Okay.
I mean, which is still ridiculously big. Like, what's the difference between 42 and 50? But it's, 8 inches.
Well, one's 4 foot, the other one's not.
Yeah, right. One's 4 foot, the other one's 3'6".
Like I was telling Nate on Tuesday, I'm like, one's the size of my daughter, and it's like 50 inches is 4'2", and you're like, that's a big fucking thing,
Yeah, like I like, honestly, if you gave me my choice between the two, I don't know that I want the the 50-inch one, man. Like, can you keep it to 42, man? That's plenty big enough. because you're not just getting the, I don't know. I'm always looking down the road. I'm like, well, the Fort Max means a Grand Max, and a Fort Max and a Grand Max means at some point, whenever they've, if it's successful enough to continue to do city bots, you'd think that they were going to do Scorponok and a Black Zorak. Like, that shit can get out of hand, man. Metroplex, Metro Titan, next thing you know, you got a whole basketball teams full of 50-inch robots that you can't figure out what to do with. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't even need them that big. Like, dude, 30 inches would have been like, Galactus height would have been completely fine. I know they're trying to,
What was Unicron again? 26 inches?
Unicron was 27.
27 inches.
Yeah. Yep.
Before you know it, freaking Fansway is going to be offering a Unicron that's going to be 6 feet tall.
Yeah, and probably being. I'm gonna just keep saving up my. I'm just gonna keep saving up my chosen prime points, and then just get a free 6-foot Unicron when it comes out.
Just have a fucking Unicron dealership where you just drive it away. Just park it in your garage.
You're gonna have to finance that thing.
Yeah.
Take out an auto loan on that shit.
Seriously.
I don't think I saw anything else that was. Anything else that was like in Transformers news? I'm glad that X-Transbots is working on articulated mini-bots instead of fucking Virtus. When they...
I was gonna, Jed, since this was like years. Since this was our our final show of the year, I was gonna do like a silly top 10 list, and I was gonna do like top 10 things that have been talked about that just ain't ever going to happen, and the Squeeze was going to be on there. Virtus was going to be on there. Yep. Nathaniel Armstrong saying the collection is almost finished is going to be on there. I had it like partially worked out, and then I just kind of forgot about it. So I probably should have worked on it some more because it could have been funny.
Like how when people make New Year's resolutions, like I'm gonna lose 40 pounds this year and I'm gonna stick to it, and then the next year rolls around, like I'm definitely gonna do it this year. That's how they're fucking talking about this. Like, we'll do it this year, we'll promise.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get it done this year. No, they're not fucking liars.
Here's the thing that worries me about it. When a third party company says, all right, I got a good example. The Fans Hobby, the Go Shooter, I can't remember what they called him. Nightwalker? No, whatever the Go Shooter was. There was an issue with that. They were supposed to come out, and then there was some issue with the paint or something like that. They told you what the issue was, and we're gonna take this back. We're gonna fix it, and it's gonna ship 2 months later or whatever, or another month or whatever they said it was. And then it came out like a month and a half later. It came out, and everything was fine. And so, like, when a third party company says they got some bugs to fix out or to work out, and the thing gets released 3 months later, I go into that with good confidence. Like, all right, cool. They rated some wrongs. They took care of some issues. They chose to, take a little bit of extra time to give us a better product, which I'm completely and totally fine with. The thing that worries me is that when thing gets delayed after delay after delay after delay after delay, you start thinking like, well, maybe it's just not meant to be. Like, maybe they just can't figure it out, like, why haven't we gotten Blitzwing, this Fans Toys Blitzwing, for so long? And then the last time we saw it, it was completely redesigned. And the same thing with the Trailbreaker. Like, I don't know. Those pictures that we saw of them look so fucking close to being finished, and I feel like that was a year ago already, or close to it.
We got Astro Train, so I mean,
yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about X-Transbots Springer. Like, they had they had a fully painted, the whole thing for promo pics and everything, and it looked like those pictures made it look like the shit was going to be out 3 weeks after that, and then
right.
And then what?
We're working on the colors, or we want to add, the accessories, or it's the price change, or it's just got to make a couple tweaks here and there, and then I don't know. A lot of people are making excuses saying that they don't want to compete with the Fans Toys Springer market, I guess, or whatever. But the
Fans Toys Springer market's over with.
Right, exactly. And then the other, I forget who was it, Open Play. I think they re-released theirs in a different color. paint.
Yeah, well, see,
And who cares?
the Springer, the open play Springer is in that same market for, and I'm not making light of it or whatever, but like, you know, for people that want masterpiece Transformers that can't necessarily spend money on masterpiece Transformers, like that's where you're like they remind me of, remember that, what was that company, Final Victory, I think they did like a masterpiece scale Huffer Warpath
for
like
$100.
yeah, like the open play Springer is in that pocket to me. So I don't think that that's interfering with anything X Transbots is going to do, you know. And Fansoy's interfering is one thing, but like, dude, Apache's been out for what, 3 years now, 2 years, 3 years, like, I mean, long enough that they already re-released it.
You know, like at the beginning of last episode, when I found that clip, you know, we were talking about the self-transforming, you know, robots and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys listened to it or not.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Opening the last show. So that was like, you know, 5 years ago, right? And that episode was when we were talking about which Springer were we going to pick. And I was like, I literally was listening to myself talk about how, oh yeah, get this or that. And it was like Saltus, you know, on my list. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, that's how fucking long ago. It was like episode 5. We're on episode 135. it's like, that's how long ago it was.
It's
that they
wild.
Came out with fucking Burtis.
I was thinking about, like, yeah, when, you know, when Jared Bell, how he caught on to this show late, and he actually started with episode 1 and you know, the machine, and he machined his way through all of them. And I was thinking to myself, man, I wonder how many, listening to old episodes like that, like, I wonder how many times he listened to this shit and like we were completely way off, which is plenty, I'm sure, you know, or situations like that. The Springer situation is just funny to think about.
We did predict a lot of things that did come to pass. So
yeah,
but that's how Jed was so easily able to find the clip of when we were talking about the self-transforming Optimus Primes.
Yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, Jesus, how long did he hunt for that shit?
I started.
Did you know exactly where?
I remember it was
not at all, because he probably listens to that episode like every day.
No,
just listen to us talk about Springer.
No, I'd start with 4. It was the first episode I was on, and I thought it was on that, but it wasn't. So then I went to 5, and then I was like, yeah, I'm like, here it is.
Oh, okay.
Crazy. 5 fucking years ago. Jesus Christ.
We've been doing this show for 5 years.
Probably longer, because it was in the summer. I think you guys started. So 5.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Man.
We've gone through a whole presidential term. That's how long we've been doing this. Yeah.
I quit. I'm out. See you guys later.
Yeah. Are you overworked? Do you do too much? Is that what it is? We should lighten the load a little bit. I'll get Lori to do weird news and fucking post thing every 2 weeks. Then you have nothing to worry about. You just show up like the diva that you are. I'm here. Time to record.
Imagine referring to a 45-year-old dude as a diva.
Where's my fresh spring water? Freshly squeezed. Anyway, so really saw anything else the toy news except for that Terminator that I saw. I know we were talking before about how the Asmus Toys is releasing the Lord of the Rings stuff. They did a couple others before they're doing a Nazgul. Hot Toys has been dropping a couple of Marvel stuff. They did they dropped the Eternals one. I forget the character's name. The one Angelina Jolie played. Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Athena. What was the one before? I think it might have been Iron Man. Not sure. I saw. Was it Mezco? Did they release Pyramid Head? A pre-order for that?
They put them up for pre-order. Yes.
Right.
From Silent Hill 2.
And then there was that Superman and the Cyclops from
Mayfex.
Yep. And I think that's about it, really, in the past 2 weeks.
That Pyramid Head is one of the coolest, like, horror movie monster designs ever, man. And it's so simple, but it's just so iconic.
Yeah, I still remember that scene from the movie when he like ripped the skin off that chick's body.
Yeah.
And then threw it at the door.
Yeah. I never knew there was a sequel for that movie.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't very good, from what I understand.
Sean Bean and what's his face? The other dude from Kit Harington was in that.
I gotta watch it. I liked the first movie.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, the first movie was good.
What else we got? That's it? Or we gotta move on to Q&A?
Yeah. Let's do it.
That's your turn, Levy. That's your cue.
Can you get Lori to do it?
Lori's not here.
Oh, fucking A. Let's see here.
She's at the bar.
Did you guys hear,
finding cat videos to share with you.
Did you guys hear that Ghislaine Maxwell was found guilty?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who? She was the woman that fucking helped Epstein fucking molest all those girls.
Oh, well, good. Fuck that motherfucker.
I have not paid attention to like current news unless it directly affects me, and I've been a lot more stress-free and happier since because of it.
Yeah, there's that too, and I completely agree with you, Jed. The more I stay away from the news, the better. And
I try it out every now and then. Like I'll see what happens. I'm like, oh, let's do CNN.com, right? And I'll be like, and I feel the anxiety coming on, and I'm just like, nope. I'll catch it if it's fucking directly bothering me somehow. I did hear that. What was it? Philly's going to require Vax cards if you want to eat in restaurants and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, they have a right to do so. You know, I mean, everybody is talking about these rights and those rights and all this other shit. Well, you know, any establishment has the right to require whatever they want, and
no shoes,
you have
no
the right
shirt,
and
no service, right?
Yeah,
as long as it doesn't discriminate on the protected statuses.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you in turn have the right to not fucking go there if you don't want to, and
or just get taken out
and everything. Yeah, right, and everything else.
Fucking take out.
Yeah.
Just get the takeout. Get DoorDash delivered to your fucking house and shut up. It's basically that's easy. That
Yeah.
So Q&A.
Yeah.
Q&A.
Do you have any Q's to A?
Sure, I think so. All right, so this first one comes from Will Bell. He says, "What would you guys like to see Hasbro do next? An updated Optimus or something like that?" Christ, that's all we need is another Optimus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of done caring what Hasbro does next.
You're away from mainline now.
Yeah, I know I've said it before, but then
you have.
The War for Cybertron stuff was pretty cool, but then I just kind of got away from that, and
so you never got any like the Beast Wars.
I didn't get any of the Kingdom stuff.
Third phase Kingdom. Yeah. That's it. Kingdom.
Yeah, I didn't get the Kingdom.
Not even
stuff.
Like the G1 Kingdom stuff.
No. I mean, I hope they do something cool for other collectors out there that still collect the stuff. I hope they do something really great. It looks like they are leaning into the Beast Wars stuff, so I hope they expand on that. But
well, I mean, if you think about it, right? So 80s nostalgia is like starting to wear thin, so they're gonna start hitting 90s next. So that's where, and the Beast Wars movie's gonna be coming out. So they're gonna be revving up for all that marketing and toys and stuff.
Yeah. I just like to see them do something new, Transformers wise, like
a whole new IP, or like just branched off.
Something Transformers, but just something new.
Define new, like something not involving Optimus Prime and Megatron.
That's not going to happen, but I would like to see that.
Yeah, well, no, this isn't what's going to happen. This is him asking what we would like to see happen.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'd like to see them do something new and different.
Just remember, Levy, whatever you say 5 years from now will come true.
Right. Yeah, if Hasbro ever does a Transformers thing that doesn't involve Optimus and Megatron, I'll eat my fucking shorts. after wearing them for 3 days. So, and you can hold me to that.
No, 135. I'll make sure I remember that episode number.
Okay. But yeah, but as far as buying stuff from Hasbro, I think I'm kind of done. I'm done with the G.I. Joe. Kind of done with the mainline Transformers. Definitely done with buying Masterpiece. So.
Oh yeah, because of price or because you already have those characters?
Because of the price and because I don't know, I just don't feel like the quality is there anymore. In
official, you're talking here.
Yeah, official Masterpiece. And I don't even really get too excited over third-party stuff anymore. So,
are you not becoming a Transformers collector anymore?
I don't know. I think maybe I might be done. I have so much stuff in this basement, and like this past week, me putting stuff out finally on display and everything like that made me realize just how much stuff that I had that's never gonna fucking see any display time ever.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And so, I'm looking at this stuff and like a lot of the stuff doesn't even display that well. I don't think. I'm looking at like my older third-party stuff, and I'm like, wow, this stuff's kind of crap.
Oh yeah, like what? Give me an example of what you saw that was shit. Didn't like.
No, just like I don't know, just a lot of my older stuff. I'm looking at. I was like, yeah, I'm not putting this stuff out. I'm not putting this out.
Like way old or like only a couple years old.
Well, definitely like way old stuff. But I mean, maybe not necessarily the third-party Transformer stuff, but like definitely like the mainline stuff. I'm not putting any of that out on display. Like my Chug stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely not putting that out. I'm probably gonna have a huge sell off on that. If I can sell it. Like a bunch of the Marvel Legends figures, I'm never gonna put out. I'm gonna have Spider-Man, 90s X-Men, maybe an 80s X-Men, and Spider-Man villains, X-Men villains, and that's probably about it.
Well, if you ever decide to sell those Legends, let me know. I mean, there might be some.
What's that?
I see if you've ever decided to sell those Legends, let me know. There might be some I want to pick.
Okay, yeah.
Because you started a year or two before I did, so there might have been stuff that you may not want, but I do.
Yeah. Okay. I will let you know.
It's funny that you say that. I think that how like everybody, I'm sure it happens on every podcast, but like, where do you see third party in 5 years? You know how people ask that. I think the more accurate question or the more interesting question is, where do you see your collection in 5 years?
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I think about how much shit I've gotten in the last 5 years and I project that forward, even though, there's a little bit less stuff coming out. So I guess it's not going to be quite as it's not going to be quite as Levy once said, the conga line of robots, coming through the door. Like I don't think it's going to be quite like that, but it's still, between, especially, I mean, for me personally, especially because like I got into a lot of other stuff late. Like you guys were already collecting like other lines here and there. Like I was Transformers only. And then you guys got me to Scorpion and Sub-Zero and fucking ruined my whole world. And since then have added like other lines, and it's like, man, that's definitely like where do you see your collection in 5 years? It's going to be, it's going to be tough because I've already culled down the Transformer collection from what it used to be years ago. So,
5 years is a long time too. You don't think about it, because it's just a basic, like, a small number, but you remember like 5 years ago, I mean, Levy was like all because of Make Toys, what was it? The Megatron that came out on the, not Shatterglass, the, what was it called? The, Cross Dimension had just come out, and you were like all happy and stuff. And you were saying about how you just got, was it, who did Grump? Who did that? Grump and
Grump. Shit. Which one was Grump?
Yeah, who did Grump? That was Gears.
Oh, that's Fans Toys, I think.
No, it wasn't Fans Toys. It was the two set. Who did the other? Who did the other Gears?
I don't know. I got the Fans Toys Gears.
Say that again.
Who did the
Gears?
Yeah, who did that?
Bad Cube. Bad
Cube. So that's 5 years ago. Like if you want to kind of mark your time period, and like I think the Ocular Max out maybe a couple months before that or so.
Yeah.
So that's a long time ago. I mean, you think about everything that's happened in the past 5 since then. I mean, we're talking about the old keep trick with the Doctor Strange wave, of Marvel Legends. That's a lot of things have come out in the last 5 years.
Yeah, there has been.
And like you said, Levy, looking at your stuff, that everything you had, I mean, everything you bought, like in those 5 years, you were collecting mainline back then, and all the third-party stuff and all the everything else that you're getting into.
Maybe that was Bad Cube, not Fan Stores. Fan Stores never did a Gears, did they?
A Gears now, not
okay.
yet.
Yeah. So that is the Bad Cube one then, I guess.
Yeah. So that was 5 years ago. So yeah, man, you could acquire a lot of shit in 5 years, or just completely change your direction of collection and just go, I'm not gonna crap anymore. I'm just gonna focus on one thing.
Well, I'm pretty much.
That's tough to do.
Well, you speak from experience. I mean, you saw a lot of stuff pass you by, and now you're exploring other companies and figures and things, IPs.
Yeah, but I went the wrong direction. Like I had my shit together 5 years ago, and now I don't have my shit together. I mean, I still feel like I'm pretty disciplined, for the most part. Definitely not completely disciplined, but I'm disciplined for the most part, but I've gone the wrong way. Like, I
don't know. I think once a collector, always a collector. If you're not going to be collecting something or you reach the end of it, you're going to find yourself moving on to a different thing to collect.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because I'll tell you, or maybe I did tell you already, but I said it to Levy and Brother Kyle when they were here yesterday. I said, so Vanessa said something really silly the other day. So let me see, how many details do we have downstairs? We have 5 of them. So there's 20 shelves total. And she started out with like 3 shelves or maybe 4 shelves, I think, like in the very beginning. And now she's taken over like 11 or 12 out of the 20. And I had completely intended, to be fair, to turn that entire like section of details completely to her at some point. Except for the Philly bots, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with them, because they're kind of, I don't have room for them downstairs because they take up a whole detail by themselves. But anyway, that's beside the point. My whole intention was to give her all the shelves. Well, now she's got 12 out of 20 of them taken over, and she's got like 4 crows, and she's got another 2 that she's interested in getting, one of which is already pre-ordered, the Mezco one. And I said something to her about it. I'm like, man, you getting all these crows? And she said something about getting she has a Baroness statue, like the what is it, Levi Cotabiquio? She has the black one, and she wanted to get the red one and the blue one, and it's all the same thing. And I'm like, listen, you collect whatever you want to collect, and you spend your money however you want to spend it. But I'm like, if you're, you want to collect all this shit, you're going to run out of space if you're buying especially if it's the same shit over and over again. Like, don't you want to kind of like diversify your collecting a little, But she started out a sentence, and this is the thing and I said this to Levy and Brother Kyle. I'm like, let's have some fun at Vanessa's expense. She started out a sentence the other night with, so when my collection's finished, and like the second I got that out of my mouth, like Brother Kyle just started chuckling, because, it's like the old, the old Jedi and the young Padawan collector, and the old Jedi collector already knows that, that's a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder how many people are actually, I'm sure it's a really small percentage, but I wonder how many people actually went out there with a mission, completed their mission, and then they're done and they're happy and they never moved on to anything else.
I'm going to tell you, Jed, that I truly believe that answer is 0%. And I'm going to tell you why. And 0 might be an exaggeration. Maybe there's a handful, but very less than 1%. Let's just say that, because I think that collections end one of 2 ways. A, they don't end, or B, people get, 3 ways they end. 2, they die. Or 3, collector burnout.
Mm-hmm.
They just lose their marbles one day and they just fucking completely quit because they can't keep up with it or don't want to keep up with it or just get overwhelmed by the amount of shit that they're getting.
I honestly think I'm at that point myself.
Yeah, burned out.
Yeah. A temporary burnout or a permanent burnout, or it's
a partial burnout because I'm still buying the Mafex figures, I'm still buying Amazing Yamaguchi, and I'm buying the occasional Mezco and the occasional 1/6 scale figure. But Transformers, I'm kind of out, man. I'm kind of out.
I've been kind of feeling that same way too. I'm not
Marvel Legends. I'm out.
I'm not. Well, I don't feel
Marvel Legends are pretty much out.
I don't have to complete anything. I just get what I like, and I see that Kang's toys coming out. I'm like, oh, I like that. Or like I see the the Dreamstar stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna check one of those out and see if I like it or not. But I'm not like I gotta get all of season 1 and 2 guys for these protected bots because that's gonna check the box for me. Or I can't wait for these X-Transbots renders to come true because that checks the box for me too. It's like I've been experimenting with, like, I got that third-party Green Goblin from So Toys, and I'm like, I kind of like 1/6 scale stuff now, but I'm like, I have a plan, right? I'm like, okay, Spider-Man, Goblin, and then this other Spider-Man, and like the Queen of the Spiders, whatever the fucking figure is, that Gwen Stacy Venomized thing. And I got those Iron Mans because they were really, and I'm like, okay, I don't really need anymore. But then I saw that Ash one. I'm like, I really like that. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck that. But I'm not like, I have to get, I have to get fucking Perceptor and fucking Gears and this and that. I'm like Levy. I'm like, I'm kind of getting away from collecting Transformers because I kind of have what I wanted, and I just kind of looking at different things. And you guys are doing the same thing too with Legends. Like, you're like, I don't really like Marvel Legends because Mezco's giving you stuff that, or Mafex has been giving you like figures that are nicer, that you like, that are the ones that you're keying in on, like those characters. But yeah, I think it's like you're kind of leaning more toward quality than quantity at this point.
Like I set up my Court of the Dead 1/6 scale figures on my shelf. They display really nicely. Here, check this out. I don't know if Mike saw this yet, but
you showed that to me last night.
Did I show it to you with the light on?
Maybe not with the light. I know I saw the shelf, but I didn't see the,
because it fucking bops, man. And look at that shit.
Jed, I think the title of this episode should be "Bop Out and Shout."
No, that bops, man.
That bops, man.
I'm waiting for you to display your Egyptian stuff, man.
Yeah, I have those out, so I'm excited for that too. Actually, I think I know exactly where I'm going to put them too.
Yeah, collector burnout is a thing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Or it's, you could call it burnout, but it could just be refining your tastes and what you want to get to.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon, you got to catch them all, and they're like, I'm just into this here and that specifically now.
Yeah. I like the rate at which I get stuff, like, because if it was too much stuff, it's like drugs, you know what I mean? And then you get more and more and more, and you want more and more and more, and then you don't know why you're doing it in the first place. Like, I like the rate at which I get stuff because I still, when I know, when I ship my stash or whatever, and it's like 2 or 3 bots, and I know they're going to be like, I pull up to the house and I see the box sitting there, I still get like really fucking excited, and I can't wait to like get in and like open the shit up,
Yeah, it's that dopamine that you get from the shipping notification until you actually get it in hand.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, since I'm not getting a ton of them, I actually have time with each thing, spend some time with each thing. It's not, I feel like there's a lot of people that are getting so much stuff that they get it out and they throw it up on the shelf and they forget about it. And then the next thing comes in and it's like just forgotten about already.
Or not even that, or they just kind of put it back in the box and then they kind of put it in a bin and they shove it in their storage.
Yeah.
Here's a new picture, Mike. I didn't show you this. I actually finally put my Transformation Stunticons together today.
Oh yeah. What's I heard issues about, it was a drag strip one of the arms or whatever didn't have the greatest connections, or maybe both of them. The shoulders were kind of a weird connection.
No, the elbow connection.
Oh, it's the elbow connection.
Manosaur came with a piece to strengthen the connection. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they look really good. Those two look good together.
Yeah.
Birdie gets a hair on the shorter side, but that's okay.
So the directional lights actually work really well here, I think.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're cool.
So,
but back to Will's question, what would I like to see Hasbro do in the future? Do you think that it would be more like a HasLab stuff that you'd want to see, or do you guys think that you'd want to see more production of like MPs coming out?
If third party didn't exist, I'd say more MPs, but third party does exist. So I'm gonna tell you something. All Hasbro did for any of the I mean, of course the G.I. Joes I'm getting and shit like that, but like from a Transformer standpoint, Hasbro to me, it was like the grandfather that told the story, but a lot of other people have come along and take the ball and ran with it to the point that, like, I hate to say it, but like Hasbro is not even, to me as a fan, and not to everybody else as a fan, but to me as a fan, is barely necessary anymore. Because like, what are they doing that I get the city bots and shit, which is cool, I guess, but like, I don't know, I'm past that point.
What if they did something that was more like Masterpiece, but in another line? So if they did like a Masterpiece like X-Men, or a Masterpiece like G.I. Joe type of thing.
Well, then that we would just be in the same boat as kind of like how we are with third party. Like, you say like Masterpiece versions of like of Marvel characters or whatever, but you got like, I don't know how often they'd be coming out, but you got your Mafexes and your higher end import figure companies doing those as well. So it's
Big Warts and your Mezcos.
Yeah, it almost equates to Transformers, Hasbro Transformers, and Takara Transformers in a third party. Like, it's similar, you know what I mean? Like, I'd still be, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Like, if it came out with something, I would be cool, but I wouldn't be heartbroken if they didn't come out with something, because chances are one of these other companies is going to come out with it. So I really
like those 3 zeros, that line's going to be coming out. It was like their non-transforming, like articulated the B and the Prime that's coming out next year.
Yeah. How do they scale? I never actually paid attention. Do they scale with MPs, or are they bigger? They might be bigger.
The original ones from 3A they were more expensive. They were much bigger. Like I forget how big Prime was. I remember he was a lot bigger. Like, but these I think are. I gotta go back and look again. I think Prime's 8 inches or 10 inches. I think something like that.
That's right in the.
Yeah, I think it might be maybe around there, or maybe a little smaller than an MP. But I like the idea. I like the design. They're taking G1 and they're just updating it, with this cool kind of like modern, more looking design to it. And they're making it affordable. Like that B was $60, I think. Yeah,
that's not bad at all.
And they're giving it like, the like 30 points of articulation or something, I'm kind of excited about that stuff. So I think if Hasbro did maybe more things like that, or maybe like more, like I said, more Masterpiece versions, not necessarily in like 1/6 scale, it could be like 1/12 scale too, but like Masterpiece versions of other figures, that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah. As far as like the HasLab shit, like I'm always excited to see what they put out there, whether or not it's good or bad or indifferent. I like this, even if it's shit that I have zero interest in. Like, I think the Ghostbuster, like the pack, that thing was cool. You know what I mean? I have no interest in it, but I thought it was cool that they did it. And what else? Like the Sky Striker and shit. I have zero interest in that. Zero interest in the Star Saber. But like, I don't know. I just like to see. I don't want everything to come out through HasLab that I want to get, because that's going to get awfully fucking expensive.
Right.
But I like to see what avenue they go there. The self-transforming Optimus Prime was kind of a surprise. Yeah. Like shit like that. Some statement pieces.
What's the other big IP that Hasbro has? besides Transformers?
G.I. Joe.
That's not that big. I mean, like something that's been around for a while. I know like Takara has Zoids, and that's a big IP. But what's the other big IP for Hasbro? What's their other money maker?
Talking about My Little Pony, are you?
Is that their big money maker besides Transformers?
And Power Rangers? Do they have Power Rangers too? Levy just said that.
They have the Power Rangers license right now.
Power Rangers. That I just saw come out. What was was it 3A? They just did the Power Rangers team? Is that what they did? In the 1/6 scale?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think I just saw that in an email somewhere. No, I was just thinking, like, what other IPs that they have and they could, use that we haven't really seen that's been like something that they could update and like.
Who has Mask? Really... Do they have Mask?
Nothing.
Was that
nothing currently. I don't think anybody's doing anything with Mask. I
mean, not that because I know they Transformers crossed over with them in the IDW comics. The original IDW run. So I didn't know if that was. I'll tell you one thing, man. A masterpiece, cool. A series of Masterpiece Mask, and they don't even need to be Masterpiece in the to fit 1/6 or 1/12 scale figures, because like it ain't about the fucking characters in Mask. It's about the vehicles. So I would love to see like for 3 3/4 inch maybe, or even ones that were just like. Because man, if you look at the MP44 or MP10 truck for that matter, like that's a cool size for something Masterpiece, and those figures, the figures for them, they were tiny. The Spike and Sparkplug. I don't even give a shit about the characters, Matt Tracker and who else, Vanessa Warfields. I don't even know that one because of Vanessa, but I can't remember any of the other ones except for her and Matt Tracker. But like, who cares, man? A third party. Or not third party. If Hasbro does have those Masterpiece Mask vehicles, those would be dope as hell, man. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That's a good idea. Masterpiece Mask. That works.
They could call them Masterpieces. That would bop. That would bop. That would bop.
Stop it, Mike. All right.
Next question.
Well, this one comes from our good friend Josh Lawrence, SLB Vlog or Vlog. I don't know, whatever, however you say it. He says, no questions. Just wanted to wish you guys and all the listeners a happy and safe New Year. So, thanks, Mr.
Josh.
Vlog.
Hey.
You too.
Happy New Year.
So, all right, our next one comes from Alan Grant.
Dr. Alan Grant.
Oh, well, first, Sandra DeLeo says, have a healthy and happy New Year. So, thank you, Sandy. That's Mike's mom.
Shout out to Mama Dragon. I was over at Mom's house on Christmas, and she was telling me some shit about football that my mom knows more about football than I do, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Not more about the game, but like she's telling me about players from this team and that team and all these teams, because she's like into fantasy football and like has an account on DraftKings and will like throw a team together weekly on DraftKings for a couple bucks and shit, and telling me about all these players. I'm like, I don't even know who the hell she's talking. I remember like a long time ago trying to talk to my dad about other teams and other players and this and that, and he looked at me and he goes, son, I watch the Eagles and I don't care about anything else other than that. And I never understood that, but like that now I'm there because she was telling me about running backs and wide receivers and all this shit on other teams. I'm like, Mom, I just watch the Birds. I just watch the Birds and I watch whoever's playing Dallas. And that's basically the two teams that I root for every week.
I showed my son how to spin up a web browser and bring up like NFL.com and stuff, because he likes to look at like the score, stats, and everything.
Yeah,
and he's going back to like 2018. He's like, did you know that the Panthers and the Eagles and the Bears had a bye week in week 8 of 2018? I'm like,
that's so obscure.
I don't care. He's like, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah.
We knew that. Yeah, we know that.
I said, yeah, I remember. I hear about
I hear about that every 2 weeks on the podcast.
Even in the off season.
Yeah, he's telling me like scores of games from like 5 years ago.
In preseason, in 2016 preseason.
Look at it now. So what was the question?
There was no question. Mom was just talking shit.
Yeah.
No, the question after your mom's.
No, there is.
statement.
There's just one other greeting here from Adam Urban. He says, "Same to you guys. Keep it up." So happy New Year, Adam. We appreciate it. And then so now to Alan's question. Alan Grant says,
"Yeah, it was Dr. Alan Grant's question."
He says, "Hey boys,
Happy New Year, Adam." Sorry, I just jumped right in front of you, Levy. Happy New Year, Adam.
He says, "What's your best and worst figure robot of the year? Got to give you boys a shout out for the entertainment you've given us during a crazy year. FUJB."
Hey.
So thanks, Alan. Jed, what's your favorite or your best worst figure of the year?
Are we just taking the Transformers?
No, anything.
No, anything.
Oh, I don't know if I can. Is that Yamato considered a figure? It's more of a
toy
thing.
It's you can count it.
You spent money on it, and it's a toy. So
yeah. Well, then the Yamato. That's probably the coolest thing that I got all year. Worst one. You know what? I can't remember if those Castlevania characters came out this year or not, or if that was last year.
Yeah, they came out this year.
Did they? Those are the worst ones.
Yeah.
Then. Those are the fucking worst ones. Yeah, that sucked. There you go. There's my two. Those Castlevania series was fucking terrible. Terrible.
My worst character, my worst Transformer of the year. This goes without saying. Is an easy one. Was the first Lock. Not only was that the worst Transformer of the year, that might have been the worst Transformer I bought like since the third party Masterpiece thing started, and that's even going back because at least like the old Masterpieces and third party shit, even in the beginning when they were still kind of like trying to feel their way through making good figures, like they were at least functional, even if they had problems. And that Lock was completely 110% not functional. So that's my worst of the year. My best of the year. So I am going to split it up because I do understand what Jed was saying. It's like, is the Yamato an action figure? So I have a figure, and I have like a thing that is kind of a figure, but stands on its own. The Soundwave, that Robot Paradise Soundwave is completely awesome. Like I love that thing. That's probably my favorite Transformer or favorite action figure that I got this year. Although the Cable was one of my favorites too, Levy, and I think that was this year, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I wanted to
came out December last year.
Ask you, Mike, and I completely forgot to ask you this, but you reminded me when you just said it. Did that Robot Paradise come with the QA sticker like most Fans Toys do?
I believe so. I can't remember for certain, but I believe so. Like everything about it was Fans Toys. Even like the design of the box was Fans Toys, except it just had the text of Robot Paradise instead of.
I was just wondering if it had like QA, like number 15 or something like that.
I'm pretty sure mine did. I'm pretty sure I have. And I mentioned Cable, and you said it might have been last year, Levy, but I forgot about Gambit. Gambit was completely freaking awesome, man.
Make Gambit,
yeah, that was a good. And my figure that kind of stands apart from that, kind of like Jed's Starship Yamato was the Prime, my Robeson Prime that I got. Like, how the hell can that not be my favorite thing that I got all year?
Yeah.
Levy, what about you?
More so than Unicron?
Unicron. Oh, was that this year?
Well, yeah.
I guess that was this year. Like, you know what? It was funny. I'm counting it as last year because everybody else fucking got theirs last year. And I got mine really late. So yeah, oh my God, I got the Sentinel. 2021 was a great year for action figures, man. I can't, because the Sentinel, even though he had the knee joints weren't the greatest, like he's still a big imposing, piece that commands a lot of attention.
Yeah, Sentinel's definitely up there for me.
Yeah, Sentinel and the Unicron. I did get my Unicron this year. Yeah, that was another one too, man. Damn. I would have had to do like a top 5 or a top 10, really, because it's hard to. Because like to me, all those like have classes of their own. Like it's hard to put Unicron. I mean, it is a Transformer, so I guess it would be in the same ballpark as the Robot Paradise. But I don't know. It just feels like it belongs in a class of its own. Levy, you?
For me, I I'm just trying to remember if my Christopher Reeve Superman from Mezco was this year. I'm pretty sure it was. Let me see here. Oh no, that was last year. Wait, no, when did it ship?
Levy's skimming over his credit card statements right now.
Oh, it doesn't say when it shipped. I think it was this year because I ordered it last year in June, so it couldn't have. Let me see here. Oh yeah, it was this year, the February. Oh man, that's a tough one then. Because I was gonna say it was a toss up between my Mafex Gambit and my Mafex Superman, but that Christopher Reeve Superman is probably my favorite figure of the year. It came with so many accessories. Christopher Reeve Superman is like my all-time favorite depiction of that character, at least in film. I'm going to say the Mezco 112 Christopher Reeve Superman is probably my favorite figure of the year. As far as duds go, I didn't get really that many. I think I've already talked about how disappointed I was with the Hush figure. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably going to be my worst figure of the year, I think. And it's not a bad figure. It's just it wasn't what I was hoping it was going to be, I guess. I don't know. It's a little floppy. Doesn't have bicep swivels. The articulation's kind of meh. So yeah, I think that one doesn't bop. So yeah, and Mafex doesn't usually put out a dud anymore. Usually their figures are pretty good, but wasn't overly fond of that Hutch. Their Catwoman too is another one that I am constantly messing around with. Such a simple character because she's just all in black. Simple sculpt, but the articulation's great. The sculpt is great. It's just really, really all around great figure. So yeah, Mike is right. It was a pretty good year for figure collectors this year. So how about you, Jed? Oh, no, you already went through.
Yep,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You?
Yep. So, all right. Well, I think that's it then. We don't have any other comments or questions. So, thanks, Alan. We appreciate the question. FUJB. So,
by the way, if anybody's listening to this and wants to order a FUJB shirt, it might not be on the site, but just hit us up on the side or whatever, and we'll make it happen.
Boy.
Well, all proceeds from any FUJB shirts will go towards the cease and desist letter sent by the Four Cocks of the Blackout and Shout Show.
I didn't tell you guys. When was it? Actually, it was last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Giant to get some last minute things before Christmas. Some last minute grocery shopping, whatever, right?
Okay.
And in the produce section, I ran into Sagar and Jetty, who is a co-host.
You ran into who?
Sagar and Jetty.
Okay.
He is a co-host on the YouTube news program Breaking Points with Crystal Ball.
Yeah.
And apparently he has a girlfriend that lives here in Makunji. And he was in the produce section. I'm like, I'm a big fan of the show. I listen to the show all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know
they're actually
what that is. What is that?
Well, it's political news. They're a political news program.
That's why
on YouTube. But they're pretty big because they started out on the Hill with a show called Rising with Crystal and Sagar. And
any of those names or things.
Crystal Ball, she actually ran for Congress back in 2000.
Oh, that's a person's name. I'm sorry. I thought that was
her name's
show.
Crystal Ball.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
No. Her name's Crystal Ball. That's her real name, not like a pseudonym or nothing.
Got it.
So, but she ran for Congress in 2012, but her campaign was trashed after college photos of her at a college party surfaced, and and she wasn't even doing anything bad. She was just drinking and having a good time.
Yeah, God forbid.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what? That sometimes that shit, not to go completely off topic, but sometimes that shit kind of annoys me. Like when, especially if it's some shit that you did when you were like real young. You know what I mean? I understand when they try to get like, you know, politicians or like actors or this guy or that guy for shit they did like a year or two ago or a couple of years ago. But like sometimes you like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you, man. For some of the shit that I said and did when I was like in my younger days, I'd be fucking embarrassed by today. You know, and it's just like, you know, and it's like, well, not even that she was doing something embarrassing. You just said she was having a good time, but like just on that subject.
I'm embarrassed by stuff that I did, that I've said on this show, like, you know, 4 years ago.
2 weeks. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
That too. But yeah, no, it was cool, like running into him because I mean, they produced the show out of Washington D.C. So I never would have expected to see him up here, you know. But apparently, I guess, like I said, his girlfriend lives in the area, and so I thought it was cool. I went up and I introduced myself. I just, you know, well, first I confirmed it was him because I wasn't sure if it was him or not. It was just someone that looked like him. But yeah, and so I introduced myself. I shook his hand. I just told him I was a big fan of the show and wished him a Merry Christmas, and then just went about my business. So, but
you mean tell me you didn't say, oh, I'm on a podcast too, and it's Blackout and Shout, and you should check it out.
No.
Here's my card.
Oh, yeah.
No, the guy just wanted to.
Are you embarrassed of us?
No. Oh, I'm gonna go bother the guy and fucking plug my shit to him. Guy just wants to go get his groceries and go home. He already looked like he was irritated, which is the way you are when you go to Giant. But yeah.
Here's my movie script. Did you read it over?
Yeah, right. Oh, hey, can I get a picture with you? But no, it was cool. It was cool though.
That's
so
good.
I called April right away and told her that, you know, it's like, you know, what happened and everything like that. And so
when you approached him, did he reach for his mace and look around for some help?
I heard about you. I don't want to hear anything. I don't need to hear more about that robot love you talk about in your show.
Nah, he had no idea who he was. He was just a big, like, kind of brown dude coming toward him and shit. And he's like, oh,
here we go. But no, I
cool. can't tell.
The third one today.
Yeah, it was cool though. It kind of made my day. So
that's cool.
But yeah, so that's all I got.
I have nothing else. But you, Mike, do you have anything else?
No, just you know, since you're listening to this on Monday, I hope everybody had a good time and safe time.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this, you had a safe enough time because you're listening to this. And I'm gonna go let Vanessa paint my toenails black after the show's over.
Wow. Wow.
Totally not kidding either.
I got my wife like a pedicure's footstool thing. I could give you the link if you're interested.
We'll make it work. You know what popped into my head immediately when I saw that shit, by the way? You saw Rockstar, right? With Marky Mark Rockstar.
Oh, yeah,
I could picture myself like at the print shop with Irv, you know, the following week after a weekend of wearing eyeliner and painting my nails black and all that shit, and I'm like at a machine, and he's looking at me, and he's seeing like the leftover fucking eyeliner, and I look up at him and I go, I'm in a band.
Mike gone goth.
Yeah. Well, you know, it won't be the first time I have my toenails painted. I let a girl paint my toenails like years ago, and I remember it was right after my mom moved out of the house, and she, like, when she first moved out, she used to like stop back and like drop off bags of groceries and shit. And the one day she showed up, and she rang the doorbell, and I answered the door. I was just wearing a pair of shorts, and that was it. No shoes or nothing. And she had a bag of groceries in her hand, and she didn't say nothing. She looked down, and she saw my toenails were painted, and she just handed me the bag of groceries, and she turned around and split.
Wow.
Not a word.
I can honestly say I've never had my toenails painted. How about you, Levy?
Only that might have been the only time. I painted my fingernails quite a bunch of times though. When I was in IL, because this is even what I told Vanessa. Like around here, I would never do that shit because you guys all know me and you would just clown the shit out of me because like that's not what I do. But when I play with IL, I never met these people before. I filled in for a singer, and then that singer split, and they just asked me to stick it out. And it was a bunch of musicians I didn't know playing in front of a crowd that I never met before every time, and playing in an area that I lived 3 hours from, so nobody knew who the fuck I was. So I used to just like go out of my way to be weird when I went up there. So I would paint my fingernails black before I got up there, and then when I would get there, either the drummer or the guitar player's girlfriend would put my eyeliner on.
Wow.
And then I would go on and I would tear it up for 4 hours. That's how I did it. And then I'd get my money and I'd bounce, and I wouldn't lift a piece of equipment because I was a hired gun. I got paid to sing for 4 hours. I got free eyeliner service and I was out the door.
Free eyeliner service. I gotta make sure if I ever a contract somewhere, I gotta make sure that's in the clause. Excuse me.
On the rider.
Yeah. Free lunch and eyeliner service.
I need M&Ms, no brown M&Ms or orange, or what was the Van Halen asked for? No brown M&Ms, right? There's
Yep.
no browns. You were the one that told me why they did that, right? To make sure that that the rider was getting actually red.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, put the eyeliner. I demand eyeliner service. I'm going to bring it in to just go up to people, or go up to I'll go up to, I was just going to say one of the other band members' girls, but they're never there. So I can't even do that with this band. Oh,
hey,
shit.
Man, don't feel bad because, eyeliner bops.
I don't feel bad. I looked at her and I'm like, I'm glad I'm with you because we could just be weird together, and who gives a fuck what everybody else is thinking. So we're just going to be weird and it'll be fun.
Make sure you post pictures on Facebook then when you're done.
I will. Listen, we're going to go to this. There's a goth restaurant in Scranton. And it's like it's just this whole goth themed thing, and everything on the menu's goth themed, and everything's black, and we're you know what I mean. But if you go, you gotta like get into character. So like, well, yeah, listen,
I would dress up like a fucking sweater tying around my neck that's all pink and shit.
No.
I'll be like, hey everybody, I'm goth too.
That night is leather pants, eyeliner, and black fingernail polish night. Mesh shirt wearing night, and you could bet I'll post pictures, and you could all fucking clown it all you want, and it'll be fine.
Levy, what's your opinion of all this?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about wearing eyeliner, Mike, because we'd clown you either way. So
yeah. Well, there is that too. Levy don't have an opinion. Levy knew that I was the fucking wacko from the minute he met me. He knew there was something slightly wrong with me. It's like nothing I could do, right, Levy? Nothing I could do at this point is going to surprise you, correct?
Nope.
I try to remember my first impression. I think my first impression was that you really liked bandana. I think that's what it was.
I'll tell you exactly why I did too, because my hair would just be out of control. So I just needed something to put over it so it wouldn't be a complete afro. No, I don't care. Now I wash it and I get out of the shower. Whatever happens. But on goth night, Jed, I'm going to straighten the shit out of it.
Put it straight down.
I'm just going to put it straight down. I'm going to look like a Caucasian Will Fong.
Yeah.
And
everybody's going to be like, look at that old dude over there trying to be goth.
No, I just dyed my hair last night. Levy and brother Kyle came in right after she got done dyeing my hair, and I had it was balled up on top of my head, and they walked in, and I felt like and your friends walk in on you when you're getting your hair dyed. I felt like when you walk in on Vader, like before he got his mask.
The helmet's off.
When the helmet's off, like that's exactly what I felt like.
Is that what you're? I thought you were just wearing a top knot, dude.
Come on, man. Come on, Levy.
I thought you were just wearing a fucking man bun.
You know what? Clearly,
Admiral Piet.
clearly, Levy.
Who am I going to judge? I mean, if you want to wear your hair up stupid like that, who am I to fucking argue?
Well, when I say that anything I do at this point ain't going to surprise you, I didn't think Top Knot would be on that list.
Well, that's why I wasn't surprised, man.
Yeah.
Just
Man bun hippie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all I got.
All right, let's close this shit show down.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's my job. Enough's
Yes, your
enough. We're out. Should I do it again since
One
you talked
job,
over
Mike. You had one job.
it? You got one job, not to talk over the damn thing. Right. Let's do take 2.
And action.
You almost did it again. Enough's enough. We're out.